Okay. 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 Okay, still. All right. All right, I'm here. Day 2, we're locked in. We're going to keep giving this content right here. Still worrying about my camera. Tell me if my camera's lagging. I feel like it is. What's going on with my camera, man? You know what it is? I hear there's problems with this particular camera. It's a Logitech C920 or some shit. What you mean, where I've been at? Nigga, I've been here. By the way, as y'all like kind of getting here, I was pleasantly surprised and also pleased with, I'm still kind of fielding all the reactions from the people who went to the show. I think a lot of people came out not knowing what to expect. They came out saying, yo, ask the homie, I got to go fuck with him. And we've been getting some good reviews. We've been getting a lot of people who they're like, yo, shit, I ain't gonna cap. Maybe I could, kind of do a little stand-up. What was the problem? Did anybody go to the show? Y'all saw me a little bit of my stand-up bag, right? Y'all saw me my stand-up bag. Don't do that, chat. Y'all saw me. Y'all saw me my stand-up bag. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I was, yeah. Don't worry. Get a little more comfortable. I'm going to keep doing it. I loved it, actually. I loved it. I actually really loved it. Yeah. I'm ready and trying to plan our next event. And I think each and every event we get a little bit more confident, a little bit more in the groove. But, I'm trying to get to the point where, I want to do like 40 minutes of stand-up straight. Because right now I just kind of like, I break it up. I kind of like host and stand-up. It's whatever. Anyway. Google who? So anyway, we'll get to that. Oh, by the way, no. I seen some people like, let me see. I heard somebody did a review on it. Let's see.
The Academic Show. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a review of the DJ Academics.
Now, I don't know these guys. I never told them. I actually haven't watched this. So I'm just going to listen to them to take some constructive criticism. Y'all get up in here. We're going to get to topics in a bit. I'll tell you what our leading stories are. We're continuing and fully updating the saga of and y'all told me it's not Drakeo. I kept just pronouncing it as it's kind of seen. So I was enunciating as every letter in the name, but it's Draco. So Draco the Ruler and YG saga that involves Drake. Okay? And we now have Ralphie the Plug, who is the brother of Draco the Ruler. He's chiming in. There were some allegations that Drake is funding a lawsuit. We will get to all of that. That is to come. There's Camron versus Cardi B's team. Cam is actually in the media today for a lot of different things. What else is going on? I see everyone asking me to react to the Meek Millie Nightmare and Dreams. Okay? This is a reprise of his quintessential hit, one of the greatest songs in hip-hop history, Dreams and Nightmare, the intro. And we'll talk about that. What else? Oh, I promised you guys we were getting into this James Harden stuff, so, hang out. We will get into that. That's a whole rabbit hole. Apparently, James Harden, he's Aaron Hernandez, except I don't know if he's shooting people himself, but apparently he'll get you shot or something of the sort, okay? Allegedly. Anyway, what else? Lil Wayne trying to fly out a Teen Mom. We're going to rate Lil Wayne Riz. I was watching Wayne, kind of in the DMs trying to fly out a chick, and I was like, damn, I'll do a lot, because this nigga, he's allergic to type more than one word. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Wayne, man. We're going to break down the Riz, but of course, I ain't going to lie. That's how somebody who's been in the game for 20 years, greatest rapper ever, one of, that's how we should be DMing chicks, okay? We'll talk about it. And OJ Suave, he dropped a remix to this Demon thing. Okay, we'll get to that too. Oh, update on Durk. We do have an update on Durk. Let me put that on my list. There's an update on rapper Lil Durk. We are nearing his trial. We are about to get all the way into it. And there is a bunch of stuff firing off in court in the pretrial session to try to make sure that Durk has the best chance to beat it. But also the government, they actually feel that there is a propaganda fest. And don't we keep hearing more and more about propaganda? They also want a gag order issue. We'll get to it. We'll read it. And we'll see what this is all about. But welcome, y'all. Oh, and thank you for that, too. Pooh Shiesty, new album this Friday. Wow. Anyway, let's listen to these guys real quick. Shout out to the Chat Too Much guys. You know, got to show some love to our independent creators. I'm going to speed it up, though. I want to get through this kind of quick.
Live show in Toronto, Ontario on Carabana weekend. So, Ayo, what did you think of the act show? Just overall review.
I honestly didn't know what to expect. I was kind of half expecting him to pod before going.
What is podding? I need people to tell me what podding is. Because I've always, what is podding? Because I do a solo stream. And I guess you could call what I do a podcast, but I do a solo stream. And that's why I gravitated towards stand-up. Because what I'm doing most of the time is soliloquies. When y'all tell me I'm funny, it's not like I'm conversationally funny. I am rant funny. I am just kind of popping my shit funny. And that doesn't, I don't think there's a podcast. I guess I could do a podcast style where I just sit there and just kind of talk to the crowd. But I don't know. I feel like stand-up is like a more official format. But of course, like I'm not a seasoned comedian, so I'm like really touching my feet in the water. You know, my job is just to try to be funny and entertaining. Anyway.
What, be live or on stream or something?
Yeah, like kind of like what he does on stream, but just like in front of a live audience.
I was expecting more of that too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I was expecting more of that.
Yeah.
But that is interesting. But when we were in line, something that that came to mind is like, what kind of people do we expect to come to an academic show in Toronto?
Right.
Like, you know, what do you think the crowd's going to be like? Is it going to be like a bunch of nerds? Is it going to be a bunch of gangsters? Is it going to be a bunch of, like, I didn't expect a lot of women to be there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see the demographic that someone like academics who, like, these are the people in the comment section in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Chat niggas.
Yeah. To see who would come to an academic show. So the first people that stood out to me when we were in line is we seen the We Love Hip Hop podcast. Shout out to the We Love Hip Hop podcast. Friday, Ricky Dredd.
Okay.
Who is he with? Icy Spring, is that his name?
I don't really know.
Yeah. So we was in line, and then we seen the We Love Hip Hop podcast, Toronto. They were doing like some vlogging videos and everything. We got our little shout out, made our little connections. You know what I'm saying? Business networking. So shout out to them. But then we were looking at the line and we're just like, yo, I don't expect to see a lot of bitches because it's academics. I feel like that's not a high female demographic. And I was like, am I going to see a bunch of nerds? But yeah. We got into the show. I would say my overall view of the show, I had a good time.
Okay.
I enjoyed the night. I did a lot of networking, met a lot of other creators and everything. Yeah. So like I feel like the networking aspect of it was a great night. You know what I'm saying? I feel like overall I had a good time. There was a lot of interaction. The way that we were able to, like, while Ack was on stage, we were able to like shout out shit. Yeah. Like it felt like the live comment section, like like the live chat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'll tell you my kind of style. If you ever wonder about coming to a show, it's very interactive. Like I'm not just up there like giving a set. I'm pretty much kind of like, and I know some people like, nigga, you don't even interact with the chat here, nigga. The fuck are you talking about? But yeah, like, nah, people shout out shit. Like, you know what I mean? I ask the crowd a lot of questions that kind of go off it. Like in comedies, it's mostly a lot of crowd work, but I kind of feel like that's what I'm doing when I'm streaming. I'm doing kind of crowd work when, like, you know, without this chat, you get a whole different stream. 100%. Like, I know you guys probably give me a lot of credit for how the stream is, but without that chat just going up and down and you guys are saying random shit, you get a very different version of me. You'd probably get the version of me that did videos, right? Like, it's what I get, like, you'd get that version. So, yeah, in person, yeah, I like when everyone's, like, chiming in.
Because we were able to scream.
I'll play, like, a couple more minutes and then we'll move on.
And he was replying and everything too, picking and choosing what he would reply to. But you know, it felt like you were a part of the show, and that's what I felt like is the best part of a live podcasting experience. Because I'm thinking we might have to do this shit one day. We might have to be live podcasting, you know.
Facts.
But
I recommend every broadcaster go do live events. Not initially, build up an audience, 5 years in the game at least, get some dedicated supporters, but go out there and touch them. You know, that's my goal. I don't even do these things trying to like make a profit, because after like the team that I come with, my whole, whether it's security, I bring my whole team out there. Like we're not looking to make a killing. And we throw these independently. There's no promoter. So for me, it's like, I look at it as if we do break even, that's great. Right? But it's to establish a IRL presence, which is, okay, we stream online, but you need to be outside as well, right?
But it wasn't necessarily a live podcast. It was just actually like a show.
Stand-up.
Okay.
Essentially.
It did feel like a stand-up.
Yeah, that's what kind of
Act vibe, the way he attacked it was definitely like a stand-up. Yeah, so do you have any...
And thank you to these brothers for, I could tell they were locked in to the show, because that's exactly what it is. It's stand-up / me hosting, but also giving you these random moments where I might have fans on stage, or I might bring out an artist, and it might be your favorite artist. Who knows? It's, you know, it's kind of like these traditional concepts of like podcasts, like live events. I think you got to mix it up. That's why, you know, even though I did have some criticism of what Drewski did when he went out on the Coulda Been tour, I do appreciate that the fact that he's created his own format. And while people think of him as a traditional comedian or like one of the better comedians, he doesn't feel the need to go out there and stand with a mic and do stand-up all day. Okay? And that format works for him, whether he's behind a desk, just like, you know, doing the Coulda Been, like, you know, audition show. So, yeah, I kind of started the live show to attempt stand-up, just to be honest, right? But knowing that there's a fallback of people like to see me stream and people like me. So, you know what I mean? It's like, it's training wheels to try to get into stand-up, honestly. Now, am I going full TI? If anyone's wondering. No. Okay? If you ask me, and this will happen, I actually had plans for that after party, but it was so many, like, I ain't gonna lie, Toronto got the things. There was so many women around and so many, like, liquor flowing and so many people that from Toronto, like, you know, I haven't seen, so I was politicking. I was gonna DJ. So I will tell you in the future, the Academics live show will involve all of that. Shit, I might even come out as a little acting rap too. So it's definitely going to be some stand-up. There is going to be some, I'm going to call it hosting, which you might associate with a little bit more traditional podcasting. And at times, I might hop on that DJ fucking booth and fucking mix it up. It's a full-on just 360 experience of everything that I know how to do and the skills I've built over time that I think you guys like. So, yeah.
Any critiques, anything that you felt like could have been better about the show?
I feel like it, because it kind of felt like a stand-up, I feel like he didn't go full, like he wasn't fully committed into it. You know what I mean? Like if he was gonna go the stand-up route, I feel like he should have had some like what are they called? Like sets or like what the guys
off the top.
Yeah, it was mostly just crowd work.
That though.
Okay.
It was a lot of crowd work. I just wanted to see more of Academics. A lot of times he was standing up, but if he was to sit down and go over topics like he does on stream, that's something that I think that what we would have more expected for, like, you know, if they were using the screen or something like that.
Valid critique, by the way. I guess sometimes they would see me off camera and I'm just standing there because I'm kind of also show running, right? So it's like I have two main segments in the show, but throughout the show, I have my assistant telling me, yo, Casper's ready. This artist is on the way. Like, we have a flow, and I kind of have to be the person that's on the stage making sure there is somewhat of a flow. So, yeah, you know, it's not like I just, like, go out there and just be like, just do what I want.
And treated it like a desktop stream, but live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that people would have appreciated that. My number one critique, though, about the whole show is not a big deal. Because, honestly, whether this critique is valid or not, it was just my experience. I do feel like there needs to be some sort of host or something before act comes out, because it was literally like the show started at 6 or whatever, but like act didn't come out to like maybe 9, 8:39. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what was happening for the whole 3 hours?
We didn't get in the show until what, 7:30ish? Yeah. So around there, but then we were just sitting down listening to Drake the whole time.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and like people aren't there to be social with people who you didn't come with. It wasn't that type of event where everyone was just talking to each other. It was like,
because it's a seated event.
It's a seated event. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I feel like in that time, they should have had some sort of host, some sort of something that's more crowd engaging to just keep us a little bit more active. Because I was kind of just.
By the way, great critique, and to these brothers, I appreciate the critique, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna work on it, because I think in how we build a show, we're expecting the DJ to kind of just keep the crowd like energy up, right? It's like if you go to a show, like for example, I can't remember, if you go to a Rod Wave show, Rod Wave doesn't do openers, right? So basically, when you go into that show, you just have a DJ just hyping the crowd up. And, you know, that's that DJ's job. But again, you know, obviously the DJ we work with, I don't know if we require him to do that, but he just plays music. But yeah, to have that's a great critique, by the way.
Just like, okay, where's Ack? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, again, but we're just here talking to each other, fucking like.
Okay. No, by the way, you guys could go watch these guys. If you want to watch this full video, if you've never been to a show or you wondered how it is, I think these are honest guys. Academics Toronto live show review. Go check it out. All right. Again, we are trying to figure out where we're doing our next live show at Chat. We are thinking about, it's possibly LA. I'm eyeing LA right now, but we could possibly do it in Houston. We're trying to go somewhere West Coast or at least Midwest. Next year, I told you guys we're definitely going to do more East Coast dates. Something along, I don't know if the DMV or maybe something in the DMV, something North Carolina, Charlotte or something like that. And Charlotte's South Carolina, right? Whatever. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Okay. Let's get into things. Is there anything else that I need to cover off top? Anything else? Any housekeeping? Houston would be crazy. Oh, the Perez Hilton. Chat, I'm kind of staying away from the Perez Hilton thing. I'll put it on my list. It's hard to talk about that video or talk about what happened. I watched the video and it's kind of burned to like my memory hard drive. I don't want to encourage you to go look at that video. Self-harm is super important. You know, mental health is really important. And it's very sad. I don't know if that's really a content topic piece, because I think the more we talk about it, it's going to encourage you to be like, okay, what the fuck happened? Because there's so many things we could point at. Apparently, you know, a lot of people are mad at TikTok. Apparently, and I guess I'm getting into it, and I don't want to, but Perez Hilton attempted suicide on TikTok. And it's funny because TikTok, and not him attempted suicide, but TikTok is one of the platforms that shuts you down for anything. You know that we used to stream or try to multi-stream on TikTok. And as soon as I would say fuck like 3 times, they would just like suspend the stream. They would be like, hey, you can't do this on here. They were non-tolerant of, you know, authentic content. And apparently this guy gets on and, you know, obviously he's not in a good state, and he starts to self-harm. And apparently hundreds of people report him. They're trying to get the live shut down because he's literally trying to kill himself on live. It's a bloody scene. It's gruesome. And a lot of people report him just to get the channel at least off of live. And apparently those people reported that TikTok sent them an automated message saying, hey, we reviewed the content you reported and it's fine. Which just goes to show this is the problem with platforms like TikTok, but it's really all social media platforms. There's billions of people on these platforms. They rely on these bots to really moderate content. And when content is urban, the bots easily could identify patterns, be like, oh, he's talking in slang, get him out of here. He's saying nigga, get him out of here within the stream, within 15 minutes. But this guy gets on and he's like doing all type of things to himself, and there's no real oversight that could detect that to say, let's shut this down. So, you know, there was a lot of critique there. obviously people are wondering what he's been going through. There was also rumors about he had posted like the day before a video image of, I believe, Ariana Grande or something. That wasn't Ariana Grande. Hold on, sorry. Apparently, could y'all tell me who it was? He had posted a picture of another celebrity looking kind of exactly how he looked, but it was for a music video like the day before. And that's why people are thinking this was a psychotic episode, because it appears that in how he was trying to self-harm, he was almost mimicking the picture that he had posted that was artistically depicting a certain type of vibe, but it was in a music video. It was not real. Does anyone know what that was? Now, was it Ariana Grande? Let me just make sure. I want to make sure before let me see. Yes, I think so. So, Ariana Grande, blood covered. And by the way, this is not real. This is for like a music video, but I do want to say trigger alert. But apparently he had posted this image. He had posted this image like a day before. So when you actually seen the real video of him mutilating himself, you then kind of wonder if he went through some period of psychosis that he's trying to replicate what he's seen in a video. I know people are going to say Hollywood rituals. I'm going to say mental health. I have further thoughts on it, but it's not even out of respect for him, but it is out of respect for people who go through those situations. I don't want to make these wild assumptions that could maybe be inaccurate or just not all the way with the finger on the issue. Because anytime people start saying Hollywood, I say drugs. There is nothing necessarily about Hollywood. I think people think there's like this thing that tells you to do stuff. When people get into those environments, it's a very high-stressed environment. And when I hear Hollywood or I hear industry, people get into the industry, they become cokeheads. They start taking all type of pills. They start going as you see those people in the industry go. A lot of people are heavily medicated in the industry. Oftentimes, those drugs, maybe if they had latent, psychological issues, activates those issues. Like I'm not going for even what's the Old Town Road dude, Lil Nas X? He walking down the street naked. I'm not, even though they found supposedly nothing in the system, I'm not going for that. This idea of Hollywood is usually drugs. These people are in a highly competitive environment. They all start leaning on drugs and other vices, and that leads to sometimes the mental, breakdown, or they snap. Now, I don't want to just say that's exactly Perez Hilton, but some people have said he's been in a dark place for a while. If you don't know, Perez Hilton is one of the original bloggers that kind of got popular. He has had lesser of a spotlight, in my opinion, in the last couple of years. And I don't know. I don't know if this is the lifestyle, the pressure, sometimes what you guys might also not know, because I see rappers that go through it. Like, there's rappers that you guys might not know, and respectfully, I'm not saying this for a clip, that I give therapy to, and not therapy like an actual therapy, but like rappers that are actually depressed. Like, I talk to certain rappers, and the sense of their depression literally comes from the fact that they're not as loved as they used to be. They fell off. It could be things like that. So I'm not saying this is what it is for Perez Hilton, but I do point to this idea that I know people want to say it's a ritual. I think it's mental health, which might be exacerbated by drugs. Anyway, we'll not be showing you that video, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery and he gets the help that he needs. Okay. Now, we should get into this. This is kind of like a lead topic for us, but Camron is in the news today with Cardi B. Now, today was the day that, Cam went crazy. Wait, they're live? Okay, they're not live. Well, I guess maybe the channel is live. So, Cam supposedly, he went nuclear. And
St. Giles, nigga that look like this.
He finally addressed a few things that's been, on his chest. Now, I'm going to react to Cam, and before we get to the Cardi B thing, Cam responded to Vic Mensa, someone who, Vic Mensa is really interesting. By the way, Vic Mensa is another person. I'm not saying this to down him. We did squash our beef, whatever, but I think Vic Mensa will admit that, at a certain point in his career and life, drugs affected him, and that may have related to some mental things as well. But I'll let him speak for himself. Anyway, Cam on bad timing, and you do know, we do love us some Camron, all right? Killer Cam, shout out to everybody. If you were born in the 90s, okay, or maybe even the 80s, and you grew up on Dipset, okay? Now, granted, I wasn't one to wear a pink fur or a pink, bedroom t-shirt tee. But I was definitely one at some point to say, no homo. Pause. It is what it is. Camron is a cultural icon. I think one of the funniest rappers in the game. Maybe you only know him from Paid in Full. You know what I mean? Yo, just an epic guy in general. I am glad that, I'm not extra close friends with him, but we have a very cordial relationship. And I do appreciate him because I grew up looking up to him. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when he beefed with Jay-Z, I was rooting for him. When he was like, "Yo, you 30," no, he said, "Yo, you had chancletas on." I was rooting for him. I thought he violated him with that. The song with Max B. Anyway, so let's get into this. Cam is speaking his mind, and I'm telling you already, right? Because this is my new thing. I like to tell you if I have a little biases. I like Cam. But also, he's going to talk about Cardi B. I like Cardi B. So, we'll see how that goes. But let's hear why he had an issue with Vic Mensa. Let's go. We'll start with that. Okay, come on.
This is winding down for the season, man. It's been tremendous, all the support y'all giving us. It's been really great, man. And winding down on this season. Got this either the last episode or we got one episode left, but we'll be right back after about a couple weeks. But I just want to tell y'all, thank you for tuning in. And this show right here, we're going to show a lot of highlights from this whole season, man.
All right. So they're going on a break.
I just, I wasn't even going to start the show with this. The light-skinned nigga from the Shy, I forget the nigga name.
Vic?
Yeah. We was talking about Africa. There's a lot of Africans mad. Listen, I ain't mean to get y'all mad. You're not going to make me say I'm African. I'm not African. But I didn't say y'all stink. Even though we talk about stink shit, Vegas stink. It's Americans who stink too. But I never said y'all stink. And that kid, what's his name, Sin? Sin is in the building, by the way, PT. Yeah. My nigga Zeke say everybody here, Sin is in studio today. But what's his name?
Vic Mensa.
Okay.
Yeah, Vic.
Yo, homeboy, why is you clickbaiting, talking about I said the people in Africa sing? Because I didn't say that. I was repeating what somebody said. You clickbaiting and you clout chasing. I'm disappointed in you. But what do I expect from a nigga with a Rockefeller tattoo on his neck?
He did say he was a fan of yours.
I don't give a fuck. See, that's what niggas do. They try they try to diss and then be like, but we cool.
Respectfully.
Yeah, see,
all that.
That's perfect. And niggas ended with respectfully, which is the most disrespectful word to me. When niggas ended with respectfully, it's mad disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yo, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm just trolling with the Rockefeller tattoo. I don't know why he has one. Jay-Z don't got one. But I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah, he was signed to Rockefeller. No, he was signed to Rock Nation, I believe, not Rockefeller. He was signed to, and by the way, if you want to know some real lore, part of even my Rock Nation thing stems with Vic Mensa. It goes even back to Everyday Struggle. Every person that Rock Nation sent up to what's it called? We always had an issue with, and they would position it in a weird way. Anyway,
really understand. I have the Rockefeller tattoo.
That's tough.
Yeah, I seen it's tough, man. Especially when they broke up. What you do with that? You know what I'm saying? But
isn't the Rock Nation? Oh, the Rock Nation logo is a plane. Oh, he wasn't on Rockefeller. He was on Rock Nation.
He was on there saying he tried to go through my last name and this and that and this. Look, if you want to believe that, would you try to acknowledge, nigga? If you want, yo, nigga, fuck out of here.
She said you was a slave owner. Yeah. Giles' name.
I saw Camron saying he's not an African and Africa stinks.
I'm not African. Sin went to Africa and told me people stink.
Now, obviously, this is ridiculously disrespectful and ignorant, but I love Killer. So let's approach this empirically. Why don't we do a history of the name Cameron Giles?
Now, I will say this off rip. And Vic Mensa, we already squashed our beef. Let's not get back into it. I hate panderers. They've done this to me many times. You're saying some shit tongue-in-cheek, and then everyone latches onto it like you made some definitive statement that you're down to die on a hill for. Like, Cam literally said someone said that to him. He doesn't say, like, nah, fuck Africa. That's not what he said. But then you isolate that and you make a whole video about it. They used to do it to me when I would give commentary like this. I would say, I remember they did to me about a friend of mine, 21 Savage. 21 Savage had said at a point, you know, he wanted to, like, you know, show financial literacy, this and third, and blah, blah, and, you know, like, show sides that's not violent. And I said to him, I said, that's great. You could have personal growth. You could show other things on your social media, but I do want to let you know, if you think you're about to go rap about doing taxes and niggas is still going to listen to you, it's not going to happen. Niggas want you to rap violently. I'm sorry. That's what people like you for. They took that and they said that academics doesn't want positivity. He only wants violence. And there were so many people. You had like the losers like My Son, and I mean, you even had some niggas who are supposedly legends, like Pete Rock. He was chiming in like, yeah, this guy's a bad example of hip hop. All he wants is destruction. I was saying something that was, I think, completely legit. We don't want 21 Savage to rap about taxes. That's just not what we want him to rap about. We don't want him to rap about like, yo, like the alphabetic slaughter. No, nigga, like your name is 21 Savage. And I hate the panderers because they know that they're going to get everybody on their side, because if they clip it in a fine way, you look stupid. Look at academics. All he wants is violence. This is what's wrong. And everybody jump on their side and they get like a good engagement day with like 4,000 comments. That's what Vic Mensa is doing to Cam. And I think that's a weird move. Anyway.
Giles is a medieval French name originally used by the followers of a one Saint Giles, a nigga that looked like this. Not exactly a striking resemblance, even if you put him in a pink fur. On the other hand, there were plenty of slaveholders named Giles. Written records trace the human beings they enslaved to Africa, oftentimes referring to them as Coromontes if they was from modern-day Ghana, Mandingos if they were from the Sahel, Igbos if they were from modern-day Nigeria. But clearly, the name Giles was passed down from someone who enslaved Africans. Now, if modern science places human beings at 300,000 years old and the oldest archaeological evidence of Homo sapiens is in Africa, Morocco, South Africa, Ethiopia.
This is another thing too. Again, I'm not going to just say this about Vic Mensa because maybe he is well read and well studied, but I hate a chat GPT ass nigga. I hate it because this is a great video that he's doing, but this is the equivalent of somebody Twitter quoting you, right? You say something that's supposed to be fun. They take it ultra serious. And they write some like fucking long ass thing to get like 1 million retweets, and now they look like a genius when in reality you're not even having a conversation with them, and you've never heard them just say these things or expound this knowledge anywhere else but responding to you.
Ethiopia. That I struggle to understand how 500 years here erases 299,500 years in Africa. Culturally, you resonate with America. Fine. That's a nationality. You may have European or indigenous blood, but your ancestral origin is overwhelmingly African. Take a DNA test. You tell me what it says. I can see Killer being like Cherokee, but you finna have a lot of Nigeria in there, my guy. Don't get mad at me because I love Cam. But like, Africa stinks? Come on. I mean, it stinks everywhere, nigga. My dogs will shit in my backyard. Now my backyard stinks.
Whatever they want to call it, I don't give a fuck. See, that's the problem, right?
And have you ever heard the there's multiple comedians, and another reason why, if y'all wonder why I do these shows, I do realize there's a fine line between a broadcaster where people could take you out of context, and there's one thing, the only type of orator that gets a pass is a true comedian. A true comedian could say stuff that is politically incorrect, and he could just say, yo, bro, I was joking. Anyone else, when you attempt to joke, they are like, well, you're not a comedian, you don't get that pass. Have you ever seen the stand-up where there's two that come to mind? I am a big stand-up buff. Jamie Foxx, where he does the Africa bit. Jamie Foxx, Africa. Here we go. This is from I Might Need Security, if you guys are wondering. I'm only playing this. I'm going to try to play a little bit and speed it up. I'm trying to show you, like, you know, obviously there is some stereotypes or maybe even misconceptions, but a lot of times people are joking, bro. Like, you know, I don't really see people with real natural hate for Africa. And I don't think Cam has that. That's what I'm saying. You got to be able to take a joke, not be like, oh, let me be the educated brother and kind of help you understand. It's not that serious. Here we go.
To click on because you're gonna burn those.
Here we go.
Bring you an extra set of nostrils.
Look. Yeah, Jamie Foxx did it all. Blazing, of course. Jamie Foxx is the first try-entertain athlete. I don't know. Sings, amazing. Acts, amazing. Comedy, amazing. There's another stand-up, Steve Harvey on the Kings of Comedy. He has a similar thing too. Steve Harvey, Kings of Comedy, Africa. He talks about Africa too.
No matter how crazy, I ain't going nowhere else. I ain't going over there. Went over there, y'all. See, wrong move. I'm from the ghetto. Project, bro.
No, actually, it's a different sound. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that when I hear Cam say that, I don't think Cam is making like this cultural stance or cultural statement or just, you know, he's trying to die on the hill of Africa stinks. He's kind of, you know, repeating something that people have kind of joked about. Anyway, Vic Mensa is taking it super serious.
Niggas will come back with this shit, right? Niggas be like, yo. Niggas will be like, this right here is a fossil that was created in Africa, and we did all the research on it, and it traces back to where the name Phillips was a slave on, whatever last name, and this is why we know we're Middle Eastern. Nigga can't get the story right from last week. You see, this is what I'm trying to tell you, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you, right? He telling you the history of some shit from 1,000 years, 2,000 years, however long ago. Mm-hmm. He can't even get the story from the podcast right. Saying that I said Africa 6, I didn't even say that. Mm-hmm. So therefore, how are we supposed to believe which from that you know what's going on 2,000 years ago if you don't know what's going on last week? You don't even know what went on last week. Right. How are we supposed to take your word that you know the fucking history of 1,500 years ago when you can't get the story right from last week? That's light skin shit. No disrespect, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all light these niggas gotta be stopped, nigga. Y'all gotta be stopped, my nigga. Stop clickbaiting and trolling, or trying to troll and trying, because I looked at this shit. He don't got no more, that's the most comments he had on his page about anything. Nigga, stop, my nigga. Stop telling me what happened 15 years ago, 1,500 years ago, if you can't tell me what happened last week. And I wish I could say I fuck with you too, but I don't know what you do like that. See you on The Shy and look
Good
for
character.
He a character?
He's a good character on The Shy. You can give him a look.
They killed him off. They murdered the nigga. Didn't they murder the nigga? They killed him off the show.
Yo, where Mace been at?
He ain't that good. They keep the good niggas around. Whatever shit he been in.
I don't know.
Exactly.
We been on that Instagram. That's it.
Let's go to
trolling.
let's Google the nigga.
Ain't that freaky?
You want attention? Let's Google the nigga. What's his name?
Cam said hello. Mensa.
His name Marvin.
My bad, sis.
Like this. Niggas be looking like that. Let's see what he. What's up? Oh, this nigga on LSD. I ain't gonna argue with a nigga on LSD.
Oh yeah, Vic Mensa admitted that LSD. Yeah, he was caught with 41 grams of LSD at Washington Airport, and he was actually caught by the U.S. Customs and Border officers. Wow, and that was his return from Ghana.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I explained it all. You gotta realize them niggas on LSD, they start getting, well, the slave owner and then you on LSD, nigga, you hallucinating, nigga. You hallucinating. So I just want to say that about that, man. The next thing is we gonna talk about is accountability and responsibility and leave me alone.
Okay, so now he's gonna get into this situation with Cardi B. Now, I'm not too familiar about this situation. Apparently, it stems around a song, but he says he has no problem with Cardi B, but he's calling out people around Cardi B who he felt, did things to offend him. Check this out.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna start that because I gotta listen to niggas, and I've been keeping it on top. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, bro. And I'm gonna do this maybe once a month, maybe every other week, maybe once a week. Because I got about 4 people who keep playing with me. So I'm gonna start this week off with Cardi B management and writing team. And this don't got nothing to do with Cardi B. Cardi B, my sister, I love Cardi B, man. This is really like my sister. We don't see each other that much, but she always show love. She does songs over my beats. I think she's fucking tremendous from where she started to where she's at. That shit needs to be studied. Yo, I love everything about Cardi B. Even before she's a rapper, I love Cardi B. But you got to get the right team around you, man. And what happens is a lot of times, you got the wrong people around you. And I'm not saying she doesn't have a good team. I'm just talking about 2 individuals on her team that was harassing me. And I'm gonna, like I said, it ain't just her team. I'm gonna get the people's team every week. So what happened is maybe 2 years ago, right? I'm chilling. Maybe 3 years ago. I don't even remember. Don't hold me to the timeline. So like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, I'm chilling. I'm mind my business. They like, Cam, we need you to do What Mean the World Over for Cardi B. She did your song over. We want you on the hook and do a verse. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm busy. Call me when.
Okay, I'll say off rip, this is starting to sound like the J. Cole story. Except, obviously, if you guys don't remember the J. Cole story with Cam said that J. Cole basically sampled one of his beats or whatever, or sampled one of his songs. And in sampling the song, was it sample or verse? In sample or verse, whatever it was, Cam says, usually people do a swap. All I want you to do is to come on my show, okay? Give me an interview, and that'll be it. And basically, J. Cole agreed, but then he just strung him along and never, gave him an interview, which, by the way, I think rappers do all the time. But I think Cam, now being a new member to media, he doesn't realize that as much as he's a former rapper, they look at him as the interview nigga now, and they're going to kind of treat him like the same.
It's closer to the end of her album, and I'll knock it out because I just got things to do. I love Cardi, I'll knock it out. And maybe if I do that, she could do an interview on my show or whatever.
Same thing. Same script. See, Cam is doing you could use the music. You got to come on the show.
And they like, yeah, that ain't nothing. I'm like, all right, cool. That ain't no problem. Cool. They call. Cam, yo, it's the time. Shit coming out next month. We at the last week. We really need you to do this. I'm like, all right, cool. I get busy. I don't even got time to do it. I fucking didn't even have a time to do it. I'm like, damn. I forgot about it, to be totally honest with you. I'm like, damn, I'm just going to have to miss it because I didn't have time. A year passed. They like, yo, Kim, it's time now. I said, did you tell me this shit last year? I thought I missed the album. Shit ain't come out yet. Nah, you not.
Oh, that's when Cardi was pushing back her album, right?
Females be Cam, you know what I'm saying, man? We ain't put the album out yet. We ain't put it out. I said, I genuinely thought I missed the shit. He's like, nah, it's coming out. We need you to do this. It's the last week. I'm like, I bet. I'm busy. I still don't get to do it. Because, you know, this during is what it is. I got to study basketball type of shit. 3 months later, Cam missed the last week. I said, yo, how many weeks is it, man? Look, I love Cardi. It look like I'm not going to be able to do it. Now, we not going to put the album out till you do. Yo, my nigga, stop lying, nigga. Stop lying. You know what? I'm going to take an hour out to do this shit. So I stopped what I was doing. This is a year and a half later after they originally asked me to do it. I do the verse, and then I get busy again. I'm not paying it no mind. So I heard her single Imaginary Player, so I'm like, okay, cool. The album should be coming out soon or whatever. But I'm busy. I don't pay no mind to it. So I'm with one of my homegirls and shit, and they like, yo, Cardi new shit is dope. I'm like, her shit came out? And that's no disrespect. I just don't be keeping up with albums that come out and all that. I find out everybody shit by accident because I'm just, you know, my majority is, you know, entertainment is this podcast, Carol Steve is what it is. I haven't really been keeping up with whose album is coming out. So I want people to take it as disrespect, like, Cam, you knew the album was coming out. You know how people will be. So I just found out, I'm like, oh shit, let me see a track list. My shit ain't on there. So I'm like, yo, I still need my motherfucking interview. If not, y'all gotta compensate me for my time because I know the niggas that manage her and who co-write for her. So they like, I call, I'm like, yo, what's up? What happened? Y'all harassed me for 2 years about this. You know, people, the younger people loved it, but some people didn't like her flowing on the 90s beat on the Imaginary Player, so we try to stay away from that. Because, you know, it is what it is. Pardon me, What Means the World to You is considered a 90s beat. I don't fucking know what they said. Whatever it is, I did what I was supposed to do. And they didn't come through an end. I'm not putting this on Cardi because Cardi might not even know this shit. I'm just saying the people around her is making promises on her behalf and she may not even know this. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta stop making promises on these artists' behalf and they don't know. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start exposing the people that made the promises because it's 2 people. And once I get the dirt on you, I'm going to put the dirt out. Now, take this as a warning. Send that paper through for my time. Or I'm going to tell how you like to be on all fours and your ass tickled with pause because I know a girl who fuck with you. That's next. I'm telling you now. I'm going to put your text messages up. Pause. I was disgusted when I seen it. But I was like, yes, God, you sent this to me. Get back at these niggas.
There is a God.
Yeah, you sent this back to me. So at the end of the day, you better call because the next show is your text messages, and I don't want to put out the screenshots. You doggy style, and you ain't in the back.
Let it in the arch.
Oh, man.
Nigga ass in the...
Okay, now Cam got to tread lightly here. Cam, I know you're just popping shit. There are some people who will look at this as you're trying to, I know we've been on this big U shit, but you're trying to extort and you're threatening revenge porn. I know. You're basically saying, use a Bati boy and I'm going to let the whole world know it. I don't know who this person is. But when you mention it on a public platform and you say, send the bread over, or else I'm going to put out the text messages and the picture of you getting penetrated, that you gotta relax. You gotta relax with that. And obviously, we know you from Harlem. Niggas known you for like 20, 30 years. We know this is tongue in cheek, but we're in a different type of environment now where people start hearing those type of talks and they instantly start thinking, oh, this is extortion. Oh, this is revenge porn. They use those trigger words, and those things will either get police to look into shit, and not saying they would or whatever, but, you know, like, because I've seen some people on social media was like, is he threatening revenge porn? And, you know, we've been through a Me Too era, so it's like, granted, you're saying it about a guy, but it starts that type of conversation, even though I know Cam meant to be funny.
Arch in the air.
Yeah. And it's two niggas, and one of them is my nigga. But I'm sorry I gotta get to this, but you're not gonna keep ignoring me. And I'm gonna put out, every week, I'm gonna put out a list of niggas who keep calling me to do a favor for you, and then when I need my favor done, y'all niggas be playing games. Every week, I'm telling you, y'all niggas, and the niggas I ain't got dirt on yet, you better be airtight, pause. You better not because I'm going to put it out there to get the information. And it's coming right on this show. I'm telling you, you better have a clean track record. I'm telling you that right now. Anything you like chewing on pinky toes, anything you like doing nasty, or anything you got on your resume not good, you're coming up on the Talk with Flea screen. It's going to be worse than the Summer Jam screen because we got more viewers. I'm telling you that right now. So, I'm not going to say your name this week, but I will say the management and the co-writer's name next week, and I'll tell you they fetishes, what they into. No disrespect, Cardi. And what we going to do, too, is we going to put the song out. The song never came out. I'm going to throw the song out. The What Mean the World to You remix by Cardi featuring myself. I'm going to put it out myself. Ain't not to make no money. You should just hear it since niggas wasted my time doing this shit. We might as well just throw it out anyway. I forgot about this shit, to be totally honest.
I'm actually surprised that Cam has this perspective on it. I'm going to tell you why. There's many songs that rappers have gotten or done features on, and it never saw the light of day. And their usual demeanor isn't pay me for my time. I guess Cam is in a position where he's now not a rapper anymore. Well, he is a rapper because he does freestyle sometime on the show, but he's not really dropping active projects. And he kind of looks at it as the things I could leverage if I do indulge or, you know, I oblige you by rapping is you need to give me an interview or you need to pay me. But I do want to let you know that generally musicians send songs to each other all the time. And it's routine that someone has an album coming up. They send you a song, you do a verse. And now, granted, it's customary that they tell you like, yo, bro, your verse not gonna make the album, but yet they don't pay you for your time. What usually happens is you do a song for them, and it's usually a lot of swaps, right? Usually when two established artists, they don't do money transfers. It's not like, yo, I'm charging you this for a verse. It's like, yo, we're gonna do a swap. So Cam is still keeping that mentality, but he does feel a way that, you know, these guys who are the management, I guess, they're promising that Cardi's gonna do an interview, and she's not going to do an interview, right? I think she would, by the way. I think she would. But, you know, she probably has no idea about this type of deal. And so he's saying, pay me now. But generally, I want to let you guys know that you do not get paid for verses that don't come out. Not from established artists. If 21 Savage does a verse for Future and it doesn't make the song and it doesn't make the album, 21 Savage does not get compensated. If anything, he might use that verse for something else. And also, he might already have an understanding like, all right, Future, you still owe me a verse even though you didn't use mine.
Honest with you, but I was in my phone. I'm like, oh shit. So the public, we'll put it out for y'all to hear.
Yeah, because I never heard it.
We'll put it out on the You're Welcome Network YouTube. So after this show, go to You're Welcome Network YouTube, and the song will be up there. What Mean the World to You, Cardi B featuring me, or vice versa, however you want to put it, man. So we'll start with that.
Hello. I wish the team hear this and get it together, man, because you know that's a moment for New York and for everybody, really, to see.
It ain't just
Cam and Cardi on a song together.
Not just that. This ain't got nothing to do with Cardi. This got to do a list of niggas playing with me because it ain't Cardi next week. Shout out to the party. It's never Cardi. It ain't Cardi management next week. It's another artist management next week who playing me. Like, you know, even though we squashed it and everything else and we cool and we A1 and all that shit, it's like the J. Cole shit. You can't, like, you know what my problem is? I be thinking niggas is solid and they're going to keep their word and do shit when they say they going to do it like I do.
Cam, welcome to media, bro. Let me tell you this. Media is the most, and you're on the side now of former rapper, well-decorated rapper, now turned podcaster or, you know, show host. You just like Joe Budden. Trust me, Joe has gotten through the ringer as well. This is why Joe and me and him did Everyday Struggle. He didn't want to have guests on because rappers don't really have the same respect for media. They only have respect for media when they need to use media. If they need something out, if they need something for you to put up to sell what they got going on, they care. But they don't really give a fuck about giving you an interview for maybe a moment that you need. They don't care about that. And that's the reality. If Camron was a rapper or still actively putting out albums, I think he would have a better chance at securing, I don't know about a feature, but like some type of, you know, responsive payment or something of the sort for his actions. He's in media. Trust me. That's why half the rappers, that's why half the podcasters stop fucking with Drake. Drake done told all these niggas they get in an interview. Man, Drake not trying to do no fucking interview. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if you hanging around thinking that, yo, you know, he told me, you know what I mean? He told me we gonna get it in right after the album. Nigga, the album been out. You ain't getting no fucking interview. It's not happening. Okay? You never know. But you might pop up with a white girl on the couch again or the bed. It is what it is. So I've learned over time, and that's why I go with the motto, I make more money talking about you than talking to you. And I'll just keep that motto because in reality, if you rely on a rapper to tell you that, oh, they're going to go do this to repay you for whatever you do, it's not going to happen, my nigga. It's really not. Like, they don't respect me. I've never seen rappers respect media because they actually believe that this is how rappers think, active rappers. The media, y'all kind of work for us. Y'all are like a subsidiary of what we do. If I wasn't popping, you wouldn't exist. So they don't feel the need to like reciprocate, right? They'll reciprocate with another rapper. They won't reciprocate with media.
And niggas don't be solid. And then, you know, we in an era where, not saying I would, you can't do nothing to somebody because they'll sue you. Then when you sue a nigga, you a sucker. So what you gotta do? You gotta find them nasty shit they into. You can't do nothing else. You can't do nothing else. You can't be like, oh, yo, we gonna do this and now they sue you. And then if you sue them, oh, why you suing and all that?
Nah, that's that big U shit. You gotta watch out, Cam.
Niggas don't keep their word, and the problem is I be fucking with niggas thinking that they solid niggas and they gonna keep their word and they really not solid niggas. Them niggas is motherfucking users, and the point being is I'm mad about it myself because I'm too seasoned to go for that. The reason I be doing that shit is because it ain't like I'm dealing with some new niggas. The niggas that I'm dealing with I know in 20 years. So it'd be like, yo, you one of these, you turned into a new nigga? you turn, I know you 20 joints. You wasn't one of these niggas. Oh, you adapting.
The weirdo.
Oh, okay.
To the weirdo shit.
Yeah, you adapting to be a weirdo. You adapting to be a weirdo. Okay, let me do my weird version of how I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't like I meet some new nigga and be like, okay, I'm like, I don't know you. The niggas I'm doing favors for, I've known these niggas 20 years. So the fact that they playing games, it be beyond me, you know what I mean? But let's play. Let's play. I'm going to pay every week. You know we come back in about 3 weeks for it is what it is. Me and Buffer can't wait.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. So that's
Because you know what be so funny? Buffer don't even say nothing. Buffer just had the popcorn and gas me up. So, Ken, what you saying is, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. How you, bro?
Okay.
Before we start.
All right, all good. My general thoughts, Cam, this is the second time it's happening. You're, as much as people love you and you're a cultural icon and you are a legend, you're seen as media. People will dangle, oh, now we'll consider doing your platform when it's time for a rollout. Let me tell you the real truth about artists and rollouts and shit like that. We just seen A$AP Rocky do Jason Lee. Artists are really particular about interviews now. When A$AP Rocky did an interview with me, I didn't hit up A$AP Rocky. I didn't request it to his team. A$AP Rocky had someone contact me to say, I want to go sit down with academics. Him sitting down with Jason Lee. Jason Lee is one of the best friends to his wife, Rihanna. Also, he wants to he's doing kind of like a extra run for press because his tour just ended. It's kind of like, he's buttoning everything up. I'm pretty sure he elected to do it, even though maybe his wife encouraged it. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because media and how artists treated these days, they don't sit with anyone that they don't want to when they don't want to. And that's where I think Cam is realizing that while they will bug you on the phone for you to be a priority for them, they feel no obligation that they owe you to be a priority on your schedule. And it happens in every situation. These days, rappers will pick the hot thing to go on. Like, y'all don't remember, like recently it's Perspective with Big Bang. Before it was Gillian Wallow. Before it was Drink Champs. Before it was, I don't know, I guess Joe or me. Who knows? But the point is, it goes up and down. And these days, these artists are like, I just need to do one big interview, address it all one time. And I don't need to keep doing every platform to hear people ask me the same questions 50 different ways. But along with that is a lack of respect for media where, you're on the artist timing. And this is why I do like what Cam does in his show. I like what Joe does. I like what I do. I like all the people who have non-guest-based platforms because the guests are starting to think, and by the way, we're reversing that, right? If y'all wonder why streamers are popping, the rappers start being so much of divas and bitches that people just started making content without them. They started holding the content space to where like they felt like it's just all about them, to where some people have access, some people don't. They don't do interviews. When's the last time we got a Kendrick interview? I think he interviewed with like SZA or something like that. He's not trying to do an interview. So at a certain point, you're like, fuck talking to him. Nigga, I'll just talk about him. So when you guys talk about this bigger issue of why rappers are running to streamers, rappers only move out of desperation. That's why I love when they're desperate. So when I see them run to go get in Kai's room and they're doing Zumba, some shit, or they're running to hang with Neon, I'm glad that they do it. Because you know what? Maybe it's not that particular rapper, but it's the lot of you. The majority of y'all disrespect media. Y'all don't realize that it's one hand washes the other. And you get to the point where media has now taken the stance of, fuck it, we'll create an industry where we talk about y'all and we just use y'all social media posts to be the part of y'all communicating. So we'll just run this shit without y'all. And over time, platforms get built and then the rappers are saying, oh shit, yeah, could I come on there? That's all like what Kai does. You see, Kai, you want to go do something with Kai? You're going to go in his room. You want to go do something with these other, creators? You're going to do it on their terms because I'm telling you, rappers, and this is how they lost their aura, they don't give a fuck about media. Okay? They never have unless they needed you. If they needed you, but if they don't need you, fuck you. So when the tables are turned, you got to operate the same. And here's the thing too. Obviously, it's not a Camron Cardi B thing, but let's take it off Cardi B and just put it on any other artist. Cam, take this as a lesson. The same way how they disrespect you, you got to have, nigga, you a big dog now in the media game. So when a topic come up about, I'm not saying you should do this to Cardi, but a topic come up, you don't got to get him the grace. That's how I do it. Nigga, I bet. I remember when I was trying to hit you, nigga, I don't want to give you the grace no more. There's certain people I give the grace. Like, let me hit them up before I even talk about this. Nah. So it is what it is, all right? Just like their podcast. All right. I do want to say shout out to A$AP Rocky. Look like my boy is finally listening. He told me, well, he said he's a real chat nigga who watches. You remember he said that in the interview, right? He said, nigga, I'm a chat nigga. I watch his streams, bro. Like, yo, he's like, yo, I want to design some merch. You know what I mean? For y'all. Remember what I said last night? Yo, Rocky, stop the rapping, bruv. We don't want to hear about you bare knuckle boxing, nigga. We don't want to hear y'all like wrestling like Siberian Tiger. We don't give a fuck about that shit, nigga. Like, at this point, Drake got your number. This is the only way to get Drake. What I tell him to do, chat? I told him, wait till Riri fall asleep and grab her phone, nigga. You know the code by now, because Riri don't, like, you can tell Riri, they probably got a passcode. Grab her phone, nigga, and diss that nigga from her phone. Because when you diss him, people are like, but why you not rapping, though? You can't rap with Drake. Why you not doing this, though? You just can't do it. So you got to use Riri. That's your nuclear bomb. You got to use it to diss Drake. And you know what happened? Couple hours later, after the stream, look, Rihanna, look, it's 22 hours, right? Right after the stream. Look, Rihanna posting her dancing on Rocky, but look at the next slide. This one right here. She throwing it back right here. She's throwing it back. Oh, shit. And look, you see what she says? My ex in the studio. So she's making fun of this guy who seems like he's jealous or obsessed, and he keeps looking back like, damn, I wish that was me. And that's her way to throw shade to say, nigga, I could tell you just mad because you wish it was Rocky. And shit, I'm not going to cap with you. Like that, whether it's fully effective or not, because if I'm Drake, I'll give you advice too. You know my man. Drake, you know what you got to say, but you can't say it because it's Rihanna. If you say it, you're going to be a misogynist. You know what I say? Like, still hit though. That's what I would say. Still hit though. But you can't say that you'll be a misogynist. You just got to take the L from. That's what I'm saying. This is why Riri is the thing that's going to neutralize everything with Drake. Because any type of response, like, you know, Drake even got backlash for that Fear of Heights shit when he was like, yo, and the sex was average with you. You get what I'm saying? He was trying to use a play off the word with the sex with me is so amazing. You know that Rihanna song? So Drake on Fear of Heights, he was dissing Rihanna, right? And he says, I'm anti, yeah, and the sex was average with you, and I'm anti because I had it with you. Okay, I'm auntie, like I'm your daddy's sister, auntie like a family picture, and I had way badder bitches than you. I'm gonna lie, yo. They let Drake talk too crazy, because I'm going to keep it a bean with you. If I'm a billion, yo, listen, Drake is not fucking no billionaire. I don't care what y'all say. Unless maybe I don't know something. Wait, is Kim K a billionaire? Wait, did he fuck Kim K? I don't know. Anyway, this is the point. Like, yo, Riri is like, as maybe more beautiful girls, but at the end of the day, it's Rihanna, my nigga. Like, let me tell you this. Of course, I'm one of them niggas who be like, yo, shorty got 5 kids. She's like 40 now. That works for the Brittany Renners out here. You date Brittany Renner, nigga, it's like bad luck. When you date, in my opinion, a Rihanna, a billionaire, my nigga, there's no 25-year-old, 23-year-old bitch that could compare to Rihanna. It's Rihanna, my nigga. Like, yo, what the fuck are we talking about? So there are some women who get a special exception, and that's why I've been saying to Rocky, how do you have the best possible woman that you could possibly have and Drake keep dunking on you every play? Take her phone and sneak diss the nigga. Because when you diss, people expect you to rap, and you can't rap better than him. He look like he getting in his boxing shit. I don't know if you want to box him. Bruv. It's time for you to use your only weapon and say, yeah, that man, he's still with you. He can't leave you. Y'all go on vacation. I bet it's Antigua. Anyway, yo, look, Rihanna posted this trying to act like that's Drake, making fun of it. Yeah. And she got the little sound over there. Oh, and she posts this like that's Drake. I ain't gonna lie to you. Effective. You know I'm gonna say it's effective? Because when it's clear that this beef with ASAP is centered around Rihanna. And I know Drake fans gonna be mad that I say this, but there's a part of like even the narrative that goes with, oh, Rihanna settled for Rocky. I even see some Drake fans saying that. Oh, Rihanna settled for Rocky. Rihanna would have, she would have wanted Drake, but she couldn't get Drake. Listen, I think this is kind of effective because, bro, when a bitch chews up, she chews up. You ever been going at the same bitch with your mans? And when she picked the fuck with him or you, like, you got to accept it. So that's what I'm saying. She just ended the conversation. Like, whatever Drake and her had, nigga, that shit's a dub, nigga. Like, she basically tell you, nigga, she got the nigga she wanted. And that's where I think the convo around Drake and ASAP getting into it is like, y'all can't keep getting into it, and she's the backdrop of, oh, go cuddle up in bed with her again. Like, bruv, no, like, nigga, if anything, she's now sending shots at Drake to say, you kind of salty. You kind of salty that you don't got me. Now, granted, that might not be the reality. I don't know what happened with their relationship. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just telling you that this is a nuclear bomb that Rocky was sitting on, and I think he listened to my stream, and I think he said, yo, Riri, send that tweet. And the only thing I will say, and this goes to Drake's portion of it, right? This goes to Drake's portion of it. The redeeming part of what Drake could probably like look at this to say, actually, no, I really think, I think Rihanna responded is like, you can't beef over the girl no more. That's it. Nigga, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen her look at Drake like how she looking at Rocky. She looking at Rocky like, she's worth $1 billion. By the way, let me put it in perspective. It's Rihanna. It's Rihanna. So I look at Rihanna as any y'all niggas is lucky to be with her. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a little skewed. Any y'all niggas is lucky to be with her. And I'm saying, when she looks at Rocky, she looks at Rocky like Rocky's doing her a favor. Not necessarily, but you get what I'm saying? Like, she looks at Rocky like that's her entire world. And, bro, nigga, I don't care if you hit it before, you used to date her, like, bro, like, it's not even one of those, and I see some people you could tell Rihanna does not think about Drake. You could tell. Like, it's clear. It's not even like she's with Rocky and she's like, man, if only you were Drake. You could tell. Whatever Rocky got going on for himself, you could tell she's completely fucking happy. And that's why I think they probably was at dinner and he probably like, man, this bitch ass nigga Aubrey back at it again. And she finally said, all right, let me humble this nigga on the gram. And I think it's going to get worse. Or she finally said, all right, take my phone, nigga. Put up what you want to put up. It is what it is. Yeah, bro. Like, I'm telling you. Now, granted, as a man, you can't, like, it is an ego hit for your girl to win the beef for you. But Rocky can't rap with Drake. Like, Rocky know that. Bro, why the hell you gonna rap with Drake? Anyway. All right. Oh, I was going to say the thing that works for Drake, though, is that Drake is in an amazing position right now. Pause. It appears that all his ops are bothered. You know why? He dropped the album. The album was dropped, was it 2-3 months ago? May, June, July, and now we're in August. So it's almost 3 months ago he dropped the album. All his ops are still responding to him. He hasn't responded to them again. basically, you know what this feels like? Even though I think Rihanna should have been done some shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Rihanna should have been this Drake. Like, yo, bro, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, nigga. Like, if Rihanna had said some shit, like, just publicly, like, yo, I've dated a lot of pussy ass niggas in my past, and I'm glad I found a real nigga, I think Drake could not talk about Rihanna no more. It's over. Like, bro, it's Rihanna, my nigga. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's Rihanna. And she could have, because he called fucking her regular. Whatever. But the great position that Drake is in is that all his ops is responding now. You got Jay-Z's like, yo, comb my hair out. Beyonce, AOB, comb my hair out. I got to go dress this nigga Drake. By the way, Jay, thank you for going back into whatever hole you crawled out of when you did that like your Jay-Z 30 thing. Where's those people at? Oh, nah, Jay got his helmet on. Didn't what Pharrell say? He got his helmet on. It's wartime. Brother, it's time for another colonoscopy, nigga. Okay? It's time for him to take, you know what I mean? It's time for him to, put the dentures back in the fucking little thing with the water. Okay? So, Jay hopped out, got rid of him. All right, man. Get out of here. Now, you could tell Rocky was fighting the narratives on his first week when it came out. Because it was like, where's she at? Where's she at? She ain't post a single. He's doing an interview saying, nah, she did post my album. And now Rihanna is dissing. Who else? Yo, if I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Look, all of Drake's ops is basically at Delta Economy. That's a fact. So to keep it real, Iceman has turned out to be a prophetic album. All of his ops has literally played the script. Even Kendrick, missing in action. 100 million. He says, I guess we got to, he says, and I guess I'm the villain. He says, y'all got a new whatever. I guess we got to test whatever. He's like 100 million streams went missing and nobody got questions. He went missing too. So I ain't gonna lie to you. Iceman actually sounds like it was very prophetic. Every single person dissed on Iceman is down horrendous. Or when I mean horrendous, like they're still on their heels responding, or we're seeing how the lyrics correlated to them. Okay? Anyway, Rihanna, give Rocky your phone. Like, I love Drake and everything, but I don't condone this type of bullying. When Drake disses you next, talking about you modeling or talking about that AI pic that has you wearing a thong, you need to give Rocky, you need to take Rihanna's phone and you need to tweet or put up an Instagram post that clearly is dissing Drake. That's only way you stay in this beef, because right now you were down. I told you were down 0-4. Right now it's 1-4. Rihanna has responded. It's 1-4. But you got 3 more to go. And I don't know. She has 145 million followers. Does she got more than Drake? No, she does she? Bro, she got more fucking followers than even Drake, gang. This is disgusting. Anyway. All right, let's keep it going. So, isn't this ironic, chat? Even though Pooh Shiesty is locked up, Pooh Shiesty is locked up, y'all. Gucci Man, he's doing a Birdman hand rub right now because he just authorized a new Pooh Shiesty album to be released while Pooh Shiesty himself can't get a release from the feds. Now, a trailer came out for an album coming out this Friday. And if you don't know how it goes when you're dropping an album, your label has to approve it, which means Gucci has approved an album from Shiesty. Now, his dad probably still in the business. I think his dad is free. But between his dad and his mom, they probably had to sign off. They probably have power of attorney, and they signed off for him. And their reasoning to let this album drop is probably saying, hey, we're going to need some capital to make sure we could fight this case. So we're not going to say don't drop music because Gucci, the person who's snitching on us, is going to benefit from it. Shit, we need some money to fight the case. So this is actually really interesting. Guwap is like, fuck nigga, you thought you got dropped off you thought you got dropped off the label. You didn't. And in fact, I'm going to authorize an album to drop when you're locked up. So Gucci is getting his money. Pooh Shiesty can't get his freedom. And this is like, a full 360 kind of like approach now where we got to say, call Gucci a snitch, but he's a smart snitch. Let's watch the trailer. It's ironic that they put for entertainment purposes before the thing. Not gonna lie, this even sounds like a hit. I'm wondering if Gucci would ever do you think Gucci would ever try to finesse this whole thing? Because, I mean, the music video is leaning into Pooh Shiesty doing a crime. Do you think Gucci would be like, yo, listen, work it out with the family and say, you know what we're going to do? Oh, you thought Pooh Shiesty was getting out of here on the next 4 albums? Make it 8 albums, and I'll make sure that nigga don't go to jail for life. Because it kind of looked like they're almost playing on a situation here. They got the jewelry, you see the gun. Imagine if Gucci somehow is able to finesse the situation to be like, oh, nah, this shit wasn't real. Like it was, he was practicing for a music video. Obviously, the feds have multiple statements, so he'll be perjuring himself. But do you think that that's a possibility? Because I got to imagine Gucci loves money. That's the thing. Them greenbacks. Money. And at this point, he has Shiesty in a very vulnerable place. Pause. It's either Shiesty's going to go, I told you, being in jail is like being a slave. Either he's going to be a slave for the penitentiary system, or Gucci could probably say, I control your freedom. You got to resign, or you got to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to get fucking paid off of it. And you know what you get, little nigga? You're just not going to go to jail for 25 years. Because put it like this, whether Pooh Shiesty's team cooked this up, or Gucci's team, which is the label, cooked it up, Gucci's team approved it. If Gucci was tender about the idea of, oh yeah, you got robbed and he was traumatized, he could say, yeah, I'm approving the album. I'm not approving this visual. This ain't gonna be the music video. Nah, I ain't doing that. Oh, y'all trying to drop little hints like y'all robbed me and shit like that? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, fuck that. Yeah, I'm good. But you know what Gucci said? Fuck it. Let's go with it. Gucci bought that money. See?
You gotta know something firsthand for anything, man. Brr. Gotta be the last motherfucker breathing.
Okay. Who remember, what type of phone is this? Is this a Nokia? This is an old ass phone, huh? And you could tell they're making fun of like the entire robbery. You see the earring. Remember, they unscrewed his earring. You see the earring here. So you're starting to see these visuals are kind of aiming at the event. So they want to capitalize off the event. And Gucci's going to make some money off of it. And I guess Pooh's going to make some money off of it. But if I'm Pooh Shiesty, I wouldn't want to piss off the nigga who I'm signed to while I'm about to go to trial. Unless maybe my peoples talk to him and it's understood that, yo, we could use this for some publicity. But ultimately, Gucci is not going to make sure I get convicted.
Brr. Big brr, nigga. Yeah, don't get shot inside.
Is there other hints? Okay, we see. These items.
Do, man.
By the way, this is supposed to look like that green McLaren or that neon green McLaren that he was in remember when he first shot that nigga? So they're using a lot of imagery that's still supporting gangsterism. Pooh Shiesty shot. Yeah, remember?
All right, so look. That's that slip. Look, I don't know.
So this is that neon green McLaren.
Oh, where Pooh Shiesty at, but look. That's what
Shiesty's right here.
Shot fired off, something happened. Boom, look, boom. Bro got shot in the ass. Look. That bro right there. I don't know, look. So they say bro right in look. Now listen though. They don't say who shot who, but they do not know where Pooh Shiesty at or nothing, but somehow I guess, bro, we really don't know what the fuck happened. We really don't care, but this the
Anyway.
First
And they got an AI Shiesty here.
hand, man. You gotta know something firsthand for anything, man. Brr. Gotta be the last motherfucker breathing.
Friday. All eyes on Shiesty. 7.62 miles. Yeah. All proceeds go to Gucci. What's the problem? We'll see how this turns out, man. Dropping this type of video is a little bit pompous. You know, this could be brought up at a hearing, especially for bond or anything like that. Not like he was getting out anyway. But I'm wondering what the game plan is. Why even do this knowing you're going into trial where the person who's going to cooperate, that's going to probably push you away, is Gucci Mane? Granted, you're making some money with the song, but like you're kind of like, if he was traumatized by the event, you're poking fun at him. We will see. All right. I've seen... The fuck? It's a crazy username. Anyway. Okay. So supposedly, Top Dog called in to Stat Quo show, his morning show, and Top Dog wanted Stat to clarify this thing that supposedly Stat Quo said, which was that the reason why Kendrick don't fuck with the game is because the game allowed Drake to film the 100 music video in Compton. Okay? This is the call. So I guess he's trying to say that wasn't what happened. Check this out.
Hold on, this Top Dog calling me right now. Hold on. Really? This is where it's at, y'all. You better tell your peoples this where it's at. That's the closest y'all motherfuckers get to hearing Top Dog voice in real life. That nigga don't get nowhere near no interview.
He doesn't
He
talk.
don't talk to nobody, nigga.
The third person.
Okay, come on.
And it's Dog, better known as Top Dog from TDE. It's laughs and it's jokes, but as we can see, Anger Management Tour 2005, third verse with all the third verse kids. She gonna be disappointed showing up in the chats.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Like, I love everything you doing. You telling the truth. Just that clip didn't have that part in there, so I don't want it to look like this nigga Dot just was like, I just.
Oh, okay. So this is explaining why Kendrick don't fuck with the game. The game want to be accepted by Kendrick so bad. Kendrick don't fuck with him, bro.
It's like, hey, shot in Compton.
Okay, so he's explaining. I guess Top Dog called during the show They probably muted or something like that. Now he's back to tell what happened with the call.
Come out. We got to tell the whole. He said, "I know." He's
rooting for you. Hope you're not in trouble. That's funny. Okay.
Hello, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, you're back. Okay.
Muted up.
Okay. Well, everything good? How'd that go?
You know, let me tell y'all what that call was about. Okay.
Oh yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So let me go to the chat. Make sure there's some people in here. Let me tell y'all what that call was about. That call was about. Top was calling me to tell me that when these clips come out, we got to tell the whole. He said, "I know." He said, "I know you telling the whole story, but you got to tell. It got to be in the clip of the whole story." Because he want everybody to understand Doc didn't just stop talking to him for no reason. After that video that dude.
Okay, so it's confirmed. Kendrick does not talk to the game. All right? So the game got kicked out the whip like Jazzy Jeff on Fresh Prince.
Who shot in Compton, that changed everything.
The 100 video.
The 100 video. And, I had spoke about that and remember I said that I told Wack and Game about that. And Top thing is like, hey, that gotta be it. It don't need to be perceived that Dot just stopped talking to Kendrick out of nowhere. I mean, Kendrick stopped talking to Game out of nowhere. Right. That was the thing that, you know what I'm saying, that did it. And he reminded me that some of the younger guys, when they shot that J-Rock video, they went over to Game's house to do that part. And Game when he put that mask on, he said that the label or somebody said he couldn't show his face. But 2 weeks later, he did a Hurricane Chris video.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
These are the things that Top is reminding me on the phone. And I told him, I'm like, who from the crew that we need to have on, you know what I'm saying? Right. To make sure that it's done correctly. He's like, nah, I'm loving everything you're doing. I'm just telling you. He's like, I was talking to Doc last night. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, let him know it's all love. But he's like, I love everything you're doing. You telling the truth. Just that clip didn't have that part in there, so I don't want it to look like this nigga Doc just was like, I just stopped talking to Game for no reason. So that's what that was about. And that, so that's my Top is my brother. I know y'all I'm OVO stat. No, that's you know what I'm saying. Right. So as I said today, it's 6 people. It's only 6 that I really care about, like maintaining a relationship because they always been good to me. Top Dog, Dr. Dre, Paul Rosenberg, Eminem, 50 Cent. Who am I missing?
Dr. Dre, Top Dog, Dr. Dre.
I said Top Dog first, right?
Top Dog, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Eminem.
Oh, and now Doc.
And Kendrick, yeah.
Kendrick pulled up to me and Bobby Creekwater had a video. That dude pulled up. He had a Cadillac CTS, and he was the hottest shit going. He pulled up and was in that video for me. When I
okay, so Top Dog calls this guy live to say, "Hey, bro." Oh shit, I closed it. To say, dude, that's not the only reason why Kendrick does not fuck with the game anymore. There's more to the story. And it appears that he is now trying to change the conversation around why. Somebody said, me and the cousins have been saying the game knows exactly why Kendrick began distances himself from him. We talked about this moment repeatedly because everything was always pointed here. Stat pretending not to know this is also funny. He didn't need Top to tell him this since the chats have told him this, but I guess it's good to get confirmation. Kendrick never cared about who was friends with who. Game crossed the line doing this. He knows it. Another funny thing we caught, Drake's diss aimed at Kendrick on 100. It starts at 234. Kendrick response to him was on Element. Also begins at 234. Could be a coincidence, but knowing how intentional Dot is with details, had a pretty hilarious nugget. Let's hear this. So supposedly Drake disses Kendrick in Compton with Game.
Respect and accomplishments. I would have so many friends if I held back the truth and I just gave out compliments. I would have all of your fans.
Ooh, I remember this. This was definitely Kendrick diss. I would have all your fans.
All of your fans if I didn't go poppin', I stayed on some conscious shit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I would have so many more friends if I lost my success and my confidence. I'm in the club every time that they play the competition. If they even play the competition, then I seen the response they get. Yeah. Respect.
Yeah, that was definitely at Dot. I got to be honest. And Dot responded
Damn
on
way.
Ellen. What? And be in LA for free? Oh, don't tell me Kendrick with that Big U shit. Yo, Kendrick, you better not be on that Big U shit, nigga, talking about being in LA for free. Are you taxing niggas to be in LA, Kendrick? What you mean being in LA for free?
Next time they hit the 10 freeway, we need receipt, huh?
Next time they hit what? Oh, shit. So Kendrick was asking for it back then, huh? Yeah, this is definitely a Drake. Good cats, who found this. This is definitely a Drake.
What? Niggas thought they wouldn't go see me, huh? Niggas thought they cared that real life is the same life they see on TV, huh?
Interesting. So it does appear that Kendrick felt a way about that. I'm wondering why.
Yo, so what really happened between Kendrick Lamar and The Game? We're finally getting some insight information on the relationship between the two. So former Eminem artist Stack Quote, he got online and he said he was speaking to Top Dog, and Top Dog revealed why Kendrick Lamar and The Game fell apart.
Top was calling me to tell me that when these clips come out, we got to tell the whole.
Thought Kendrick was subliminally dissing him. I spoke to Game for over an hour. I told Top Dog this. This is a fact. I spoke to him for over an hour, convincing him that Kendrick was not dissing him. When Kendrick did that one shit where he was talking about Big Sean or all that shit, Game asked me, was he dissing him in that song?
What element?
The Heart.
Oh, The Heart, okay.
I went and talked to Kendrick about it. Kendrick was like, man, I would never diss him. What is he talking about? I told Chuck this. And I reminded him that on that conversation. I said, dog, these niggas fuck with you, like, chill out. But in his mind, he like his niggas throwing shots at me. What I'm trying to tell y'all, conversations that me and this man be having. This is real shit.
You know, Dot don't get on the phone with everybody, my nigga. He don't talk to niggas. This what y'all got to understand about Kendrick Lamar. He just not talking to everybody. He talked to Glasses. He's a very few small people that he'll get on the phone with. I think that was another thing that Game had an issue with. He couldn't get Kendrick on the phone. And I'm trying to explain. He's like, man, why won't he just talk to me? You know, I'm just like, my nigga, like, hey, man. And I'm explaining to this nigga, everybody ain't the same. I remember having a conversation with Kendrick about that phone and just talking. He's like, that's his vice. Because we were just talking about vices one day. And his vice is being away, like being able to cut things off and cut the world off and no one be able to touch him. Like some people's vice is shopping. He enjoys the fact that niggas just can't get to him.
They want access, and he be like, "Yeah."
They want the access, and he enjoys. Dog, we all when you see Dr. Dre, dog, we all admire the fact that at any given time, bro, Dre can cut access off to anyone whenever he wants. Like you cannot get to this man. Like literally, you can't get him on the phone, can't get him by his house, you can't see him, you don't know where he at. He is like a ninja. And so like Eminem does that, and that's what I be trying to explain. That's why I was explaining to Game when it came to Dot, but he feels as though because he was one of Dot's inspirations that he should always have that access. Sure. But that's just not what it is. I be trying to people have their own way of having to deal with certain things. And my nigga, people speak to you when it's time to. If he don't have nothing to say, then there's nothing to talk about. I ain't talked to this nigga in years. I'm not offended by it. Yeah. I don't have a problem with it. Cause I know at the end of the day, he got what he needed from me and I got what I needed from him. And now he's an artist doing this great music. And I appreciate the fact that he exists. I don't need to talk to this nigga. I don't need to get on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that actually is a lot. And I get, and you really share some stuff to me that if somebody has sense, they would get a little bit more of how Chuck sees things.
You know, Dot don't get on the phone with everybody, my nigga. He don't talk.
Okay.
Dre, I see.
Game has always came off as wanting acceptance from rappers. That's interesting.
I seen Stat quote.
Game did a song with Drake called 100. Y'all should go back and listen to that record. Okay? Drake is clearly taking shots at Kendrick Lamar. Where did they shoot the video, AD?
In Compton, in his hood.
Why did Drake even get on the song?
That I don't know.
You know why. Why did he shoot it in Compton?
Now I know.
Yes, he did it on purpose. Did I tell Wack and Game that? I said, dog, y'all know what was going on with that, right? That's why niggas felt the way, because they felt like da-da-da-da. But Kendrick wasn't even studying that shit. But he definitely understood what Drake was doing. Because Drake was talking shit about. That's why when niggas talk about like, Drake, Kendrick just da-da-da. Nigga, Drake been doing innuendos at Dot for fucking years. He been talking shit on the low for years. And I understand Drake and Game are friends. I told them niggas not to do that. And them niggas like, man, that's not what it was. And I understand the business side of it. It's a Drake feature. I get it. But I'm just telling you what I knew what the nigga was doing when he did that. And just to let y'all know, that nigga was scared as fucking Compton. He was shook.
What?
Them niggas got the arguing out there, AD. That nigga took his sweater and his Timberlands. He got the fuck on. Niggas had to call him to come back. He thought niggas got the shooting out in Compton. Drake is, you heard that, right?
No, 100%.
That nigga was scared than a bitch out there, nigga. Hey, Drake, guess what?
Speakers too. He was.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, Drake? Hey, but guess what, Drake? I ain't been to Compton since I went to Bledsoe's years ago. I'm just as scared, my nigga. I don't want no problems. Game did a song with Drake called.
Man, I don't believe Drake was scared in Compton.
I'm about to get in trouble again, L, because you done did it. I'm about to get in trouble. I'm about to say something again, y'all. I'm going to say it, okay? Dog, Game did a song with Drake called 100.
Okay, we got that story already. I remember the Game was kind of sad he didn't get invited to the pop-out.
Everybody know what it is with me, nigga. Drizzy, he know what the fuck it is with me, nigga. Ask him when you see him what it is with Chuck Taylor. Nigga, ask Top Dog, because I done broke bread with, nigga, before this internet shit came to be a motherfucking thing, nigga. So if anybody asking me how I feel about the shit that K-Dot doing, nigga, I think what he doing is amazing, nigga. I think what Drizzy doing is amazing. I think them niggas just came out of one of the biggest hip-hop beefs ever, nigga, and survived, nigga. Tupac and Biggie didn't. Nigga, me and 50, we beef, we survived, nigga. 50 doing his TV thing, that's cool. I'm doing my shit, that's cool. Everybody know what it is with me, nigga. Drizzy, he know what the fuck it is with me, nigga. Ask. The West Coast ain't fun with you, and you ain't, you ain't this, and you ain't that, and y'all heard me say a thing about who I'm siding with or this and that. I'll be in my own lane chilling. Top Dog know what it is. Kendrick know what it is. Dr. Dre know what it is. Snoop know what it is. You know what I done for the West Coast. The West Coast ain't fun with you, and you ain't, you ain't this, and you ain't that, and y'all heard me.
It wouldn't look so bad for the Game if it didn't look like he was like begging for acceptance.
Turned out to be the good kid from a mad city, literally. And if I can go back and do it all over again, I would have took the Kendrick route. But like Kendrick was one of those kids in there, bro, like stay off the streets, and like look how he turned out. Like turned out to be the good kid from a mad city, literally.
Honestly, I think the Game wanted to diss Kendrick a long time ago, man. But he handed that nigga the crown. There's so much gang politics in there. He can't I don't think on some I hate you shit, but I think that Game always felt that Kendrick took the crown and never gave him never paid homage to him like how other elders get it. And I think he always wanted to challenge Kendrick, just maybe even lyrically. But I think the way the politics is set up in LA, it just wouldn't be that. It couldn't just be some lyrical shit on wax. They're both, have gang ties. Even if you want to say Kendrick's not a gang member, but, the whole TDE, they're bloods. And I think he's just always been in this really lame duck position where he seems like he's begging for acceptance from Kendrick. And I'm like, dog, how are you begging for acceptance to a nigga you passed the torch to? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, whatever. All righty then. Let's get into this Is James Harden Aaron Hernandez? So there's a basketball player named Moses Malone, okay? He has had a son named Moses Malone Jr. Recently, he leaked the deposition of James Harden from a case he had versus James Harden.
Do you delete any
Now, according to him, I'll give you the brief of it, then we'll kind of get into, the stuff. He believes that because of a dispute he had with James Harden paid some guys or incentivized some guys to come beat him up and rob him. And he feels that James Harden is a menacing figure who uses his NBA salary to do street shit. There's a whole deposition out here. We could point out a few select pieces in a second, but it is important that we kind of like try to get the opinion or the point of view from this guy who, he's claiming that. Oh, okay. Is this when James Harden?
This is the videotaped deposition of James Harden in the matter of Moses Malone Jr. versus V Live at Vintage Steakhouse LLC, DBA V Live Houston, in the 151st Judicial District, Harris County, Texas. My name is Joseph Acosta, and I am the videographer. I'm present on behalf of Stratus Legal. The court reporter is Samantha Downing, also present on behalf of Stratus Legal. Counsel now state their appearance and firm affiliation for the record.
George Fair on behalf of Moses Malone Jr.
Nathan Aneri on behalf of Moses Malone Jr. Matt Mahoney on behalf of Moses Malone Jr. Derek Pian here for V Live.
And Rusty Harden on behalf of James Harden.
Will the court reporter please swear in the witness and we may proceed?
Will the witness ring fine?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's get into the middle of it.
Because of Moses Malone getting beat up.
Okay. Have you ever met Moses Malone Jr.?
No, I've never met him.
Okay. Have you ever communicated with Moses Malone Jr.?
No, I've never communicated with him.
Have you ever communicated with Moses Malone Jr. via Facebook or text message or any type of media whatsoever?
Never.
Okay. Do you know who Iman Sherry Molo is?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Who is Molo? Iman Sherry Molo.
Okay, they're going to describe some of the people who supposedly beat him up. I'm trying to see if we get some good stuff here.
Well, that's fine. Just as long as we can have it for getting phone records.
Okay. I want to play, because he's not going to just say, oh, we beat him up. There's a dog-faced Moses Malone interview where he kind of breaks it down, and I think we should go to that.
Enough yard.
Here we go.
I thought he was recording.
Here we go.
Better part of 4 or 5 years, maybe more.
So this is Moses Malone Jr. right here.
There were situations.
Like to see a black person in the slums of Virginia. It is the real slums. It was a government contract job, and I've accepted that. His sister, James Harden's sister, and he's like, Lennox is telling him, man, you need to talk to your boy Mo. I don't know what they got going on, but James is mad about this Facebook post, and Mo need to chill or something like that. And my boy Herb is like, no, man, that nigga ain't tripping about that.
So it all starts where Moses Malone Jr. makes a Facebook post with James criticizing James Harden. Okay, that's the crux of the matter. Okay, he published a 2016 Facebook post criticizing the Star because the Star was charging $249 for kids to attend this youth basketball camp. Let me see if I can. Can we find the? I want to show you it. Okay. It's probably not going to show the screenshot, but I have seen the screenshot. Yeah. So he basically said, the post was saying, yo, James Harden's a piece of shit because he's charging $250 for a basketball camp. And he's a millionaire. And James Harden finds out about the post and he's not happy.
like, y'all, you know, we should sit down, let them niggas smoke a blunt with each other, talk this shit out and be over with. And he said, he's like, all right, I'm going to go back to James. He goes back to James and tells James this. James tells that nigga, man, fuck you. You sound like you sleeping with the enemy. And he told that nigga, this was his exact words. He said, you tell that nigga my money go forever. That's what he said, right? So I'm like, I'm thinking this shit, all right, cool. Maybe this shit's over with. So Herb's like, man, you know, don't worry about that shit, man. You know, he'll get over it, but thinking this shit's over with. I'm just being honest with you, okay?
All right.
So the next day, it was a party. This guy named, he goes by, his real name is Gary Womack, but he goes by Dion out here. He's fake-ass blood gang member, nigga, right? And he had a birthday party. So I get to the birthday party. They're all at the party, hanging out. I get a text message from DJ Eric. And, dog, you kind of know a little bit about who this guy is, right?
Yes.
So DJ
Eric owns Area 29. That's who Sauce Walker claimed helped orchestrate taking the car from that princess girl when Drake was mad at her. Also, according to Sauce Walker, Drake be at Area 29 so much, he bought DJ Eric Maybach.
Eric's asking me, where are you going tonight? I got bottles and bitches and all this other shit. So I'm looking at the message like, nigga, I've never had to call you in my life for no alcohol or no bitches. So I text the nigga back. I was like, I'll be outside. Like that. Just tell him I'll be outside, right? He texts back, bet, hit me up. So I get in the club. And the after party's V Live. These niggas keep coming up to me in the club. Man, where y'all going tonight? Where y'all going tonight? To me and my bodyguard nigga, right? Mm-hmm. They keep asking us where we're going. So we finally get outside the car, and I'm like, we going to V Live. And my bodyguard's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. We going to V Live. But the only reason, dog, I'm thinking it's cool to go to V Live is because DC 7 Up will say this. These niggas will tell you how much money I spent in that club. I was one of their best customers, as they would say, right? I wasn't tripping. I've known these guys for 15 years. I've known DJ Eric since 2005, for years. So I would never think in my life that these people would have something planned up for me, okay? So I pull up to the club. I had a parking spot in the front. As soon as I'm paying the valet person, I turn around, and there's a nigga named Blunt. You know, the Blunt nigga, Darian Blunt. He's walking from the club with 15 other guys, right? Literally 12 to 15 guys. They circle me. They all pull out their guns. They didn't have just regular guns. They had guns with drums, AKs out there, Uzis. I seen the guns. Like, they came for me like I was Tony Montana. And I see DJ Eric to the left of me. He's recording. He has his phone out, recording the shit, right? I thought he was recording, but it gets better. The first thing Blunt says to me, yeah, you on Facebook talking about James Harden. And I looked at the nigga like, bro, are you serious? That's exactly what I said. Are you sure? Yeah, you on Facebook talking about James Harden. You gonna end up dead out here. You gonna end up dead. So he's talking all this shit. And I'm just looking at Blunt. Now, Blunt, remind you, is 5'9", 350 pounds. With a stomach like he's 18 months pregnant. Okay?
18 months pregnant is crazy.
Literally, like with twins. Dog, with twins, okay? This is how fat he is. I'll punish Blunt. So when I see all them guns, I do like this. And I look at him like that, and I do like this. Like, kind of smirk at him, like, nigga, you know damn well, if you was out here by yourself, you get your ass whooped. That's how I looked at him, right? And then that nigga was like, get him. And then, you know, some nigga punched me. Another nigga punched me. They ripped my earrings out my ear. Somebody ran my pockets. They twist me around, and a nigga pistol whipped me. A nigga pulled a gun out like he was about to shoot me. And then I heard somebody say, no, 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 no. And then he turned the gun around and hit me in the back of the head, right? Then I fell on the ground. And then somebody kicked me in my stomach. Then the other dude kicked me in my face. All right? Yeah. But I could hear Blunt the whole time. Yeah, punch that nigga, kick that nigga. He got to learn. He got to learn. He's talking all this shit, right? So after they took all my shit, my jewelry, it was like $50,000. I had David German chains. It took about $50,000 worth of jewelry from me, right? They ran my pockets. It was like $500 in my pocket. You know, they took my keys, credit cards, all that shit. So Blunt and them niggas is walking back into the club, right, dog? They walking back in the club. So when they're walking back in the club, one nigga walks by me to have my chain, and he says, yeah, nigga, if you want your chain back, I want $5,000. And he puts his gun back in his waistband, and he walks directly in the club. Now, remind you, this is in front of security. Security's watching this shit the whole time. Okay? So my guy that's with me, he couldn't do anything. It's 2 verse 15.
Right.
So he's like, man, Mo, just go home. Just go home. Just go home. And I'm like, man, I don't got my keys. Because I have my keys in my car. So 5 minutes later, somebody comes and brings my keys and credit cards to me and my ID. Okay? And I tell that nigga, John, he's like, bro, all them niggas that did the situation is in James Harden's section right now. I said, what? I said, all right. I said, give me your phone and go back in and follow them niggas, right? He's like, what you about to do? I said, give me your phone, because they stole my phone. I said, give me your phone. Go back in and follow them niggas. So when he goes back inside, I go up to the security and I tell them niggas, I said, hey, and this is on everything. I said, y'all better go inside and get my fucking jewelry. And you know what they told me, dog? V Live's gonna open with or without you. I said, oh, okay. Bet. I said, bet. So I went into my car, hooked my iCloud up to my car, and I found a number that is high-level person in Houston, and they directed me what to do. And they were like, we're going to send every police unit up to V Live right now. I just need you to call 911. So I call 911, and they come up to the club. First 2 cops pull up. I see the security guard in the front dash on the inside. He must have went to go tell Blunt that the police was there, right? Mm-hmm. But by the time Blunt took the tapes out the back, went through the back door. Well, by the time the police got there, dog, they had like 40 to 50 cars out there. People thought that somebody died. They had both sides of the street. You couldn't get up and down the street. That's how many cop cars was there. They locked everybody in the building. There's a officer named Officer Bettinger. When I'm standing outside, he comes running from the back. He's out of breath. His first thing he says is, I just had to give chase to James Harden. I caught him running out the back door trying to get in his Sprinter.
What?
And I made him go back in the club. Yeah, that's what the officer says, right? So he's like, I think he has something to do with this. This is exactly what the officer says. So what they did, they made everybody come out the building. You had to swipe your ID. There was 450 names in there. You had to swipe your ID, and when you walk by, I get to look at you. So I seen 3 of the niggas in the issue, pointed them bitch-ass niggas out. Like it was him, right? They put them niggas in cuffs. So they finally let the club go. They take me to another location for me to identify them niggas. I identify them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the night's over. So I'm telling my bodyguard nigga, I'm like, hey, dog, you know, you need to go to your house and pack up all your shit. We out of here. Because I already knew what was coming. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the house. I had my homegirl pack up my crib. I packed up my cars, and we rode out to Arizona. So that's how that happened.
All right, I'm sorry, Doc, I just want to ask a question. So were the people at V Live, they were familiar with who you was? I think I watched a news clip earlier, and it said like you were in a video on their social media page, like on the previous night, like throwing money. So they knew who you was.
Oh yeah, they knew. Yeah, they knew who I was. Good, bro. They knew me.
That's wild.
So here's the thing: when the DJ nigga that I thought was recording, he wasn't recording. He was on FaceTime call, right? And the way this was confirmed is the Molo girl, who's James Harden's lady. She got paperwork. It's on my page. And she testified that, well, this is what she did. Before the trial, dog. So I'm sorry, let me back it up. Well, I get to Arizona, right? So this is how I'm put something together. I'm sitting there with the security guard. Guess who the first nigga that called my guy was?
Who?
Jay Prince. He has him on speakerphone. I'm listening to the nigga. He's like, man, what happened out there? Man, did this really happen over a Facebook post? Like, I can't believe this shit. This is how Jay Prince was talking. At first, he was concerned, right? He acted like he was concerned. Then I started getting calls from Rap-A-Lot niggas. Man, James Harden had niggas put his hands on a legend's son. We need to go get some money out this nigga. Da-da-da-da-da. So I'm saying to myself, man, I'm not doing that shit because that's extortion. That's extortion. I think Dog knows that. Y'all know that. That's extortion. If you go to a nigga and say, yeah, we know you did this, you need to pay up, or this nigga's gonna go to the laws, then that's extortion. I'm not with that play.
Sounds about right to me. I don't know what else to call it, but
yeah. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that shit because I'm not even with that type of stuff. I'm gonna do this shit the right way. So maybe a few days later, I get a call from that same guy, Herb Baker. He says, man, why did Jay Prince people call me? He want to have a sit down with you and James Harden. And I told Herb, I said, I appreciate the invitation, but I respectfully declined. Tell Jay Prince there's no beef or nothing. I just felt like, dog, if my dad was alive, he would have never called my phone. So why would I sit down with you? I don't want to. I'm not doing those sit downs with no niggas that play with my life. Ain't nothing to sit down and talk about after you run a play like that on me. Right. So
at this point, right? Because I don't want to skip too far ahead because I know some of the details, right? But so you actually see three of the individuals who allegedly, assaulted you or whatever and took your jewelry, pointed them out. The police took you to another undisclosed location to identify them or whatever. What happens after that?
That's what I said. I got it. I told my boys, like, I'm gonna take him home to go get it, to pack his shit up. I told him pack his shit up, as much as he can. I went to my crib. I packed up my shit, and I loaded my cars up, and I got him over back to my house, and we rode out to Arizona. That's what happened.
So it was something in you that told you that you had better get the fuck up out of there. What was it? What happened? How did we go from that happening and then with James Harden and his crew involved with it? Why did you feel like that you had to leave a place that you basically grew up in?
Because I knew what type of people I was dealing with. These are gang members. They were called the Taliban. They were affiliated with the Bloods. And then I already knew how dirty these niggas was. So think about it. If they just did that and they think they going to prison, what happens if they see me outside the next time? I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew I called the police. So I know how niggas like that play. I'm going to get as far as way. And then I didn't want them to tamper with my witness. You know what I'm saying? The guy that I had with me. Because they would have tried to get at him somehow in the streets. And he was a nigga that was in the streets.
Did you have any apprehensions? You know how it be in the street, like, man, if you call the police, you telling and some shit like that. Did you have any apprehensions about calling the police? Or
Man, fuck no, I didn't. Because, dog, there's no way I did it. Because I knew that if I reacted in a street manner to them niggas, they would have told on me. Just like you see what James Harden's doing to Big U right now, they would have told on me if I did some street shit back to them. Because what people ain't understanding, these niggas, now you realize that they the real snitches. Blunt was already a snitch. With the B, he had already got on the federal stand in 2009 and pointed a nigga out, Kentrell Washington. So think about it, if I would have put a hit on them, because I have money to go to the bank and be like, hey, nigga, fuck these niggas up, right? I could have did that. But guess what would have happened? It would have not been no nigga shit where somebody shooting somebody up. I would have had somebody kidnap them niggas and tie them to a tree and torture them niggas. That's the type of nigga I am. It would not been no shoot them up, beat them up type shit. It would have been some real shit. Because the DJ Eric nigga, when my security guard went back into the club, the DJ Eric nigga has said on the microphone in the club, Moses Malone Jr. got a green light on his life from here to the Beltway. And then him and DJ Eric, James Harden, and all them niggas was high-fiving and having a gangster party inside.
Oh.
Yeah. And there's witnesses that put all them niggas in the same section afterwards. The same people that robbed me, they went directly to James Harden's section. And what those people said, there was people that came outside and was talking, and they told me, yeah, them niggas went back inside to go get paid from James Harden. Yeah.
Okay, so basically he's accusing James Harden of paying for these guys to beat him up over a Facebook post.
That's what they said. And what's crazy, dog, like I've said on other things, the niggas didn't even end up getting paid because the money that James Harden gave to that was supposed to go to them niggas, the bitch stole it. The Molo girl stole the money, $30,000. So she never gave the niggas the money. James Harden gave her the money and she stole the money. And this is confirmed, dog. Not just, I'm not saying allegations. This is, you know what I'm telling you, this is confirmed that what I know. I can't say how I know, but I know for a fact. She stole the money. Them niggas didn't get paid.
So them niggas did all that gangster shit.
On consignment for free.
They didn't get paid. They didn't get paid.
So just so we're on the same page, I want to laugh at this point.
I am laughing.
It's funny.
30,000. She ran off with that shit.
Yeah, James Harden gave her the money. She ran off with the money. Then he changed his phone number. The niggas couldn't get in touch with him. The nigga was running out of town and shit. Them niggas couldn't get in touch with the nigga, bro. She took the money and started a store called a Radley Boutique with $30,000.
So this shit here, this shit is like a movie.
Can't make it up.
This is like a Tubi movie, right?
Can't make it up.
It's like a movie. So you telling me they did all that gangster shit? And so James Harden didn't. Do you know if he made up for what Momo did, or he just said fuck?
Oh, yeah, he did before Blunt went to trial.
Okay.
So I'll get to that. So back to Jay Prince and Rap-A-Lot. Okay? Back to them. So I keep hearing stuff in the streets
right.
that he's put, meddling in my case. So I know a third party, Quan LX, that's friends with Candace Matthews. Dr. Candace Matthews, that lady. So I was cool with Quan LX, who Quan LX stole $25,000 from me. Okay? On everything. He took me down. He said he was gonna help me out. He was gonna help me fix the situation, give me an attorney, all this bullshit, and then he shited me and took my bread. That's cool. Cause at that time I had millions of dollars. So I wasn't tripping about 25,000. I just said, you know what, nigga? You want to do some fuck shit like that? You keep that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I already know what type of nigga you are. But Quan LX, he must have felt like he was indebted to me. So he called me and was like, I called that nigga. I said, hey, man, bro, please, whatever you do, man, tell Jay Prince to stay out of my business, bro. Please, bro. Tell this man to stay out my case. I said, because I'm hearing things and I ain't feeling things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not scared to say what I'm saying because I told him. I told Quan LX, you relay the message to him right now. Please tell him. Because remember, he doesn't see, Jay don't know this, but I was right there on the phone a week before the trial started with my security guard, and he was calling my security guard basically trying to say, man, I know you ain't gonna show up to that trial and all this other shit, like trying to talk him to not show up to the trial. But Jay Prince wasn't doing that on his own accord. That was coming from Blunt and probably James Harden. They were trying to get me to not get the witness to show up that I had. They just knew I was coming to court, right? So I already know this because I heard it with my own ears of what they did, okay? But then back to Quan LX conversation, after I told Quan LX that, he calls me the next day. He's like, man, I talked to Jay for you, man. And, you know, Jay said that James Harden's not a stand-up individual, man. You know, he could have fixed this problem where nobody went to jail. I guess he meant James Harden paying me, right? And he said that he had no dog in this fight.
Okay, it's kind of like dragged out a bit.
There ain't no motherfucking way James Harden gonna stand up under no motherfucking scrutiny. James Harden gonna tell him some shit. That's a fact.
Yes. And if they took any money from James Harden, or they've exchanged any money, or they've arranged anybody to get paid, James Harden is going to say that they told him to do that. I can guarantee you that. This whole problem comes down to him. This man has ruined the whole city, bro. Like, he has ruined the whole city. All this, Houston was a beautiful city. You could come here, hang out, have fun, do whatever the fuck you wanted to do, dog. When this man came out to Houston, the price of pussy went through the roof. The nigga was paying bitches all type of money.
Now hold on. Now that's where I'm mad at. now that's where I foul ball.
Yo, chat, didn't I tell you, man? James Harden is. They say he's the biggest trick ever, man. They said, bro, he's what they call inflation in the pussy payment market. Like, he gonna come through. He gonna give a bitch that charge $600 for the pussy. He gonna give her $6,000. He gonna find like a bitch who would normally fuck for $2,000. He gonna give her $200,000. They saying James Harden fucked up the whole Houston and the pussy buying market.
Right, hold on.
Figures, you would.
Man, he fucked up the market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I ain't got no nigga who raised the inflation on pussy. Because I ain't got no bunch of money like that. I ain't got number $40 for a bitch.
Yeah, that shit got to be stopped. He done lost his damn mind.
They fucking the whole pussy thing up.
He better not be up here in Cleveland doing that shit.
Oh, man, listen,
he gonna get traded.
He's an addict. Okay? He has a sexual addiction. That's his problem. Think about this. A man is 37 years old, is still in the strip club, and still got to buy pussy. I don't think this man's ever got free pussy in his life.
Damn.
Being honest.
Sex addict. Now that's something you never hear of. Yes, Dogface is a $40 holler. Yes, uniquely. Yes.
Hey, listen, ain't no motherfucking shame over here. I got 40, bitch. I got 40. No.
Yeah, so you know, I hear these things like, you know, a guy like in Houston, you have a hierarchy of people, right? So you have Warren Moon, you have Moses Malone, you have Akeem Olajuwon, you have Jay Prince, you have Clyde Drexler. These are the pillars of this community with black celebrities in the city. So for me to feel like, or to think that these guys sided with somebody that's not even from Houston, it feels personal to me, because I would never do that to them. You feel me? And they did that just because James Harden has a bag. Houston is a city with dick riders. So you can move to Houston and I could throw some chains on you, jewelry, you go to the club, throw some money up, they gonna be kissing your ass the next day. So you understand? You're gonna be the man.
Let me ask you a question, Mo. So watch this. So this is going to be the most complete interview that you he shock or they what based on what you did to Hudson. 2 or 3 of the people for this shit, these niggas judge you.
Well, they weren't out there that night where my life flashed in front of my eyes. They fucked with me 5 months after my dad. I just put my dad in the ground. They didn't. I wasn't over that stuff yet. So they fuck with my mental. You get what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck what anybody saying about, oh man, he's a rat. How would they be saying that about Bronny James? Would they be saying that about Barkley Jr.? Would they be saying about Larry Bird's son if they got robbed? They wouldn't say that. You know why they say that? And this is to my fault. I made myself too accessible to niggas like that. If I was moving around every day and acting like I was better than people and not doing anything and being a shelter kid, they wouldn't be saying that, right? But they have to have a fall guy to say that and hold me, Moses Malone Jr., the rich kid from the burbs that grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. These people have tried to hold me to a street code, and I never claimed the streets, been a street nigga, acted like a street nigga, or wanted to be a street nigga. I'm not perfect, but I damn sure ain't street. So what is my recourse of action? Because if I act in the street manner, like I said earlier, and pay some niggas to do something, and then I get caught, they're going to be saying, oh man, that nigga's out there trying
business.
And the two individuals, in just because
about
the type of guy that he'll fuck his homeboy's girl and
listen.
I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. He and listen, he does.
Are you saying that he already had an issue with you prior to this, and this post is what set him off because he already had jealousy and envy in his heart? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. He and listen, he does this to his homeboys. He's the type of guy that he'll fuck his homeboy's girl and pay her money and laugh about it and tell him about it. I've heard stories. He wants to be the king of all the pussy. He wants to fuck everything moving. He's going to pay for everything moving. So if you know how many girls I've ran into
the king of all the pussy is crazy.
Will sit there and be like, if they're name dropping him, I know they're name dropping me, right? But I'm not gonna pillow talk on the nigga or talk no shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was in Houston before him doing this. He didn't move to Houston until I was 32, 33 years old. I had been outside since I was 21, going out.
You already been outside slaying shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then you gotta remember, I'm 10 years older than James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's a young pup to me. So, you know, you realize that if you have, just because somebody has a bunch of money doesn't mean he doesn't have insecurity about himself next to the next person.
Money don't unlame a nigga. The money don't rule report. We know that money don't unlame a nigga, and money, having money don't make, bro, having.
This is a known thing. This is a known thing in the city. This ain't like, man, Moses just making some shit up. And people will tell you, like, I don't have to sit there and say.
I have to answer. So the brother, so Real Spill said, how is he a threat to a big spender? People who are most of, and they look the same, suck a duck at.
Because the first thing a rich nigga's gonna hate on the broke nigga, he gonna say niggas hate on them.
A lot of them,
right? So and you know how many rich niggas hate on broke niggas? Because the first thing a rich nigga's gonna hate on the broke nigga, he gonna say, "Oh, bitch, you fucking with that nigga? He broke. I got all this money." That's the first thing they say. Because I've seen this in my life. I grew up in the NBA. I've been around the locker rooms, and I've heard how these guys operate. And I've been a basketball player myself, so I know the mind process is the ego thing. You know what I'm saying? The first time a nigga see, if he wants a bitch and he got 10 million and that nigga got $10, the first thing he gonna say to that bitch is, why you fucking with that broke nigga? He can't do nothing for you. That's the first thing a hater gonna say to get that pussy. It's called dirty macking.
Hey, listen,
hey,
listen, that's called dirty macking.
Yeah.
Dirty macking is a real thing.
Else did.
Being a little shaky about putting James Harden's name out there for, I guess, you know, maybe some LA shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when everything kept, everything.
Hold on real quick. Right there. When you say shaky, what do you mean by that? Like, was it times that you wanted to talk about James Harden in certain situations that he didn't want to talk about it, or what do you mean by shaky?
Yeah, like, you know, like you could tell he really didn't want to release it or like go in on him. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Like he didn't want to say, "Hey man, I know what Jay," you know, because he started telling me, "Oh, well, I have to have his name in the paperwork," and I'm like, "Wack, I got a message this right." Because I always see these people that say, "Oh, James Harden's a basketball player. He's not a street nigga." Well, if he's ordered and paid for 2 hits, we know that he paid Blunt, right? He paid these niggas to come outside. He sent them niggas outside for me, right? That's one. Now he did this shit to Adrian Broner, 2, right? He did the same shit to Adrian Broner when Adrian Broner hit him on the dice. He called Big U, paid Big U to go fuck up Adrian Broner. He's a basketball player, but he crossed over into the street shit, so now he's a street nigga basketball player. Okay? He's not a civilian, and he's not just a basketball player. He's a nigga that's committing crimes. He's committing crimes, and he's ordering hits. A civilian doesn't order hits. If I ordered a hit on somebody, I'm not a street nigga no more.
Yo, I know James Harden like, damn, I know I paid for y'all to beat this nigga up, but shit, I should just pay for y'all to kill him. Like,
my civilian card is gone.
Hey, listen, hey Mo, I'm gonna stop this. Just see any face.
Hey.
Hey,
leave me alone.
Hey, listen, look, Ruler Report. Hey, listen, Ruler Report don't know whether to smile, cry. He don't know what the fuck. But let me tell you something. I want y'all to listen to me. Young black men, young black women, don't choose the streets. Choose something else.
okay, anyway. So James Harden is now being accused of, like, you know, doing hits. Apparently James Harden was also involved in the Big U case. I'm not too sure if you guys remember that. James Harden, Big U. So apparently Adrian Broner had set him up to play in some like rigged dice game, and he lost like a couple $1 million. And James Harden allegedly paid like dudes $100,000 to go beat the shit out of Adrian Broner. And he had looked like he was working with Big U to kind of like figure that shit out, which is crazy.
You found out. So this is. So let me just back this up. This is what really happened.
Hell of a day.
This is what really happened. So with Big U, James is gambling. He's a big gambler. He gambled with Adrian Broner.
Yeah, I seen that.
Adrian Broner popped him out of $1.5 million. And he popped another basketball player who I believe is John Wall out of $5 million. Okay?
Yeah.
So what happened is that, see, Big U went to Adrian Broner, because Adrian Broner is the player, the boxer, right? And Big U went to Adrian Broner and said, "Hey, I know you popped this on the dice. I need some of that." And Adrian Broner told him, "Man, f you, I ain't giving you shit."
Yeah.
So what's Big U do? Big U goes,
I gotta hear that story.
and you found out. So this is. So let me just.
And this episode is brought to you by.
I'll turn my phone on.
Here we go.
LAMTFG believes are victims of extortion. Now let me stop right there. Why would FBI Houston be interviewing anybody? And this is an LA case.
Yeah.
So that means right there it's in Houston. Why would Adrian Broner popped him out of $1.5 million? And he popped another
Damn, Adrian Broner was a finesser, huh?
Basketball player who I believe is John Wall out of $5 million. Okay?
Yeah.
So what happened is that, see, Big U went to Adrian Broner, because Adrian Broner is the player, the boxer, right? And Big U went to Adrian Broner and said, "Hey, I know you popped this on the dice. I need some of that." And Adrian Broner told him, "Man, f you, I ain't giving you shit. So what's Big U do? Big U goes right back to James Harden, and the other guy says, hey, man, you know you got popped on the dice with funny dice, right? I get you your money back. So now, if you hear that you got popped for 1.5 and the other finds out he got popped, right, for that, I got 100,000. Go beat that up to go get the. Now, this is the same thing that he did to me allegedly over Facebook posts. He paid Big U $100,000 to go get his money back. They ran down the federal paperwork says that they ran down on him and beat him up to get a portion of the money back. But this is where it gets funky. When Big U got some of the money back, he didn't take it back to James. He kept it. So what's James going to do to Big U?
Talk to the laws.
What's he going to do? Big U's the rolling 60 Crip leader. And see, and I can show you, like, I'll turn my phone on. Big U being a rolling 60 Crip, this is what he does: extort, run down on them, get their money. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And charge to do something. Well, here's the thing. Are you a snitch now, James? If the feds come to you, you pay this $100,000 to go get your money back, to do you a service. That this gets popped into RICO, and when the feds come, you sit down and tell them? You told?
But James Harden's supposedly telling the RICO.
Then you want to play victim and act like he extorted you out the 100,000? Big U didn't extort him out the 100,000. He willingly gave him that money. Think about it.
To get his.
Why would Big U have to extort him out of money to go get his money back? That's not what happened. He gave him the money to get the money back. Then when it got caught, whoever went, the other Crips that went to go see Broner, one of them ended up being a federal informant. Then told the feds who gave them the money for what, that they went to James Harden, sat down with him, and then there you go. Okay.
Okay. All right. So James Harden could be in for a doozy. Give me 1 second here, chat. Okay, is this a full deposition? Let's look up the full deposition. So there's some nuggets in this chat. You know what we get to find out? I'll show you. Show transcript. Okay. So chat, I told you, James Harden is #1 in the pussy paying game, okay? You know what I mean? Like, any girl who fucks with him, just up your price by 100%. Check this out.
Okay. Who's Jade?
Another female that I know since I've been knowing for a very long time that lives in LA.
Okay. So is that the female on the left of the photo?
Correct.
Okay. And you've known Jade from LA?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you grow up with Jade?
I've known her for over 8-9 years.
Okay. And who's that on the right of you in the photo?
Mullah.
Okay. How long were you guys in Turks and Caicos?
So James Harden brought Jade, we're going to get to who that is, to Turks and Caicos.
I'm not sure.
Look, I don't want to get to the area of telling him not to answer something, and I understand the rules, and I understand the objective to the form, but we're not going to be having this deposition about different people he knew or different women that he went on trips with or anything like that. That's not going to happen today.
Okay.
If you want to take his deposition about whether he knows anything or had anything to do with the assault of Moses Malone, I have no objection. We're not going to do this. We're not going to go down these kind of trips.
Well, I'm asking about Molo. I think I can
No,
ask
you ask him first about Molo. You ask him about another woman who's unconnected with the case. If you've got some basis to show that this is reasonably calculated to lead to admissible evidence, I won't. Otherwise, I'm gonna shut this thing down. You don't just get to bring him in here and ask him about everybody he knows.
Rusty, he brought up Jade. I didn't bring up
No,
Jade.
he did not bring us up. You introduced the photograph, and he answered his questions.
Well, okay. Well, I'm asking about Molo now. So, I mean, if you want to instruct him not to answer, that's your prerogative. I understand that. I'm gonna try and ask the questions I think I need to ask.
Well,
okay. And I'll be respectful of your comments, but I'm gonna need to ask my question.
Okay.
Do you know Jade Calloway?
No.
Okay. You only know that one Jade in that photo, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know any other Jades?
Like personally, no.
Do you know any other Jades impersonally?
Yeah.
Through what? Through how?
Girls.
What do you mean girls?
Just meeting them.
Excuse me?
Meeting them.
Oh, you mean you've met girls just randomly? They're named Jade?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Let me save you the expense here. The suspense, actually. What they're trying to ask is that, everybody knows James Harden is a serial purchaser of punani. And the girl that they're talking about and they kind of want to pin him down to is a girl who, she's no stranger to the headlines. Diddy allegedly paid Instagram model Jade Ramey. They all pay the same bitches. So this story that came out, they're talking about the same girl. So this chick over here getting paid by James Harden and Diddy, she having her way. You get what I'm saying? Like, James Harden probably just giving her $1 million. Diddy just giving her cars. You know what I mean? So it says Diddy allegedly paid Instagram model Jade Ramey a monthly stipend for sex work, according to the lawsuit. That's who they were accusing James Harden of paying for too. So it just kind of goes to show, like, these guys are all paying the same women, as long as the chick is down to get down with a get down. Diddy pays her, James Harden pays her. Who do you think was paying more, Diddy or James Harden, though? Who do you think was paying more? I low-key think James Harden. James Harden looked like he just love tricking. Nah, Diddy don't look like he love tricking, bro. Diddy look like he tricks. He don't love tricking. Nigga, Diddy was paying Daphne Joy 10 bands, nigga. 10 bands a month. And he was having 5 niggas fuck her same time. Diddy not like, from what I heard about James Harden, he's the one. He's the one. But yeah. So I kind of like, I only bring that up, chat, because the circle of these women who are, selling that punani for a certain price, it's the same women. They're dealing with Diddy. They're dealing with James Harden. They're dealing with Lil Baby. Like, these are the top tricks in the land. So, whatever. Anyway, this is her. I think she got an Instagram, too. I think she got an Instagram. Now, I'm gonna say everything's allegedly, because these days when you actually call these chicks out for doing some shit that they supposedly did, they're like, yo, I'm finna sue you. This is her. Okay, she on a private jet. Diddy not around. Who the hell put her on a private jet? Damn, all these bitches is bad. I ain't gonna lie. I can't cap it. These bitches is bad. Nah, these bitches type bad, though. This is why you got to figure out who flew these hoes out, bro. This is her?
Daddy!
What the fuck? Okay. Oh, this is them right here. It's Quavo. It's Quavo, y'all. Honcho! We know what type of girls Quavo likes. He was with Sweetie. Makes sense, chat. This all makes sense. We know what type of girls Quavo like. He dated Sweetie. And we get to, come on now, chat. Come on now. All right. The fuck is this?
Oh, I can't do it. Oh!
Bruh.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Honcho might have had one. Yo, Honcho had one of them load 'em up trips. Like, yo, except all these bitches is tense. Yeah. Yo, Quavo the only nigga there. Real ass nigga, man. Real ass nigga. Real ass nigga. This nigga Quavo over there like, oh, okay. So Quavo picked up the tab. Damn. Shorty went from James Harden, Diddy, now Quavo. Holy shit. She got Quavo doing a cha-cha slide?
Turn it out.
Oh, nah.
Take it back now, y'all.
Nah, Quavo definitely went on a trip with 10 bitches, just him alone. All right, at least it's just not me. At least it's just not me. That's the regular. My nigga Quavo, man. Quavius Marshall. God damn, all these chicks do look good, though. All righty, then. Jade Ramey. James Harden was getting his turn. Diddy was paying for it. And now Quavo. Quavo! Mama! All good. All right. Do y'all want to see Lil Wayne texting a teen mom? Now, not actually a teen mom. There's a show called Teen Mom. And apparently there's a female that was on the show and Lil Wayne tried to fly her out. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Lil Wayne texting game was something, it was a sight for sore eyes. Okay? Apparently she slides in his DM. She said, fly me out. I won't say anything like the last one. So it looked like, oh, she probably DM'd him when some other bitch exposed him. Yo, he just says number. Yo, you know what I appreciate about Wayne? He don't give them no conversation. She drops the number. She says, text me. He says, just did, baby. He says, okay, beautiful. She says, would the 5th to the 7th of January work for you? Like around that time? No response. 4 days later. Hey, I hope you have a good Christmas. He finally responds, you too, baby. Then he responds 4 days later. He says, want you. Like, my nigga refuses to type more than like 3 words. She says, we need to plan something. I really want to come see you. I'm free Monday to Thursday this week, but I'm just paid for Christmas and rent, and I'm a single mom. LOL. So let me know if you got me on the flight. Damn. Yo, these chicks pay for their own flights? Yo, shout out to Future, man. I can't get that off, but Future pioneered that shit. But looked like she was down to pay for her own flight. She was like, oh, let me know if you got me on the flight. She said, I'm sure we'll have fun. Wayne says, baby, you ain't got to pay for a damn thing with me. That's something you could erase from your mind if I'm on it. She says, okay, that's hot. Let me know when let's make it happen. He says, whenever. She says, those are the days I have someone for sure to watch my kids, but whatever that works with you. Am I going to book the flight or stuff, or are you? See you Monday. Let me know. I just did. Oh, shit. He says, should I tell you my name for the ticket? Yo, this nigga Wayne is retarded. This nigga Wayne said, she says, are you going to book the flight or am I? Yo, this nigga just says, see you Monday, bro. He only just said nothing else. So she's like, should I tell you my name for the ticket? Or do you want to send me money for me to book it? He says, relax, ma. He doesn't talk to her for like another day, And then she or triple texted him. She says, hey, good morning. What do you do? Oh, she said, hey, good morning. No response. 6 days later, what are you doing? Then she says, I hope you're doing good, but let me know if you're down to plan something. His response, I am. She says, when's a good time? He says, whenever. She says, what state are you in? California, Los Angeles. She says, trying to fly me out, or should I book a flight soon? She's starting to realize, like, yo, she might have to book the flight herself. He says, whenever you're ready. She says, my birthday's April 8th. Does around that time work? He says, baby, I said whenever. She says, okay, so I'm guessing I should book it, or do you got me? Yes, love. Someone will do all that. She's like, I'll text you soon and let you know the dates. And then 4 days later, she's like, hey. He's like, hey, baby. She said, might have to reschedule because I got to get my social to get a new ID, but I promise we'll make it happen soon. And she says, hey, again, and looked like he changed his number on her ass. Oh, and he's back in. Lock me in, baby. She says, what's up? Me and you. She says, let's make it happen. He says, let's. She says, after Christmas? He says, sounds great. She says, I do have 2 kids, but I could get them watched. Let me know I'm down. Okay, beautiful. I ain't gonna lie to you. Wayne is jaded as a motherfucker, bro. Like, he was texting like an AI. He wasn't even texting like an AI. He was texting like he didn't give a fuck. Holy shit. Wayne probably is drowning in pussy daily. If I'm Wayne, though, why even fly out a girl? Bro, you in California, you in Los Angeles, like, there's a million model girls that's down to fuck Wayne, bro. A million, bro. But anyway, whatever. What do y'all think about Wayne's Riz, man? I low-key give him an A. I'm going to tell you why. You see, Wayne knew, or like when you're popular, these chicks are screenshotting, they're doing weird shit. Nothing in this message could make you feel like Wayne was thirsty or Wayne was anything. In actuality, the fact that he messaged so dry and so short, you can't say anything about this message then, damn, she was thirsty as fuck. She wanted to fuck that nigga. So I'm giving him a W. Now, if he wasn't Wayne, the Riz would be horrible. But he's Wayne, which means he's not trying to fuck her. She's trying to fuck him. You get what I'm saying? Holy. Shout out to Wayne, man. All right. Meek Mill has dropped a new remix. It's called, not remix, I guess a new song. But it's called Nightmares and Dreams. Let's hear this. It appears that Meek Mill is... what the fuck? Am I losing connection? Ooh, I almost lost connection. What the fuck? It appears that Lil Wayne is tapped back in... No, not Lil Wayne. I mean, it appears that Meek Mill is tapped back into his...
I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
His song or his anthem aligns him with, which is Dreams and Nightmare intro. And he's now made almost a remix or a refresh of the song, and it's now not called Dreams and Nightmares, it's called Nightmares to Dreams. Let's listen to this song, and I'll make sure I don't get copywritten, but let's see. All right. All right, here we go. I'm going to keep it a bean with y'all, chat. I low-key didn't even want to review the song. Because as much as I don't think me and Meek are into it right now, I hate to tell you, this shit was garbage. And it's not in what you think. Let me explain. Some classics should be left untouched, but I was intrigued by the idea of Meek Mill going back in because Meek Mill so could rap. I'm telling you why I tell you it's garbage. All right, even when I'll go to Toronto, I'm having a hosting. Man, I actually DJ'd that night too. Real quick, Loki. And I played Dreams and Nightmares. And it was one of the songs that went up the most. The problem with this song and the reason why I'm calling it garbage it's not that it's lyrically garbage or nothing like that. Is that Meek Mill doesn't have the hunger in his voice anymore. And not saying he should. He's a successful millionaire, but that song only goes up when you hear desperation. It's like First Day Out, T Grizzly, niggas prayed on my down. Like when you could hear it. There's something about when a nigga is rapping like his ribs is touching, like he's rapping like he got nothing and he got nothing to live for. You could hear it. And this didn't feel like Nightmare to Dreams. This feel like it was just, let's just freestyle over my own beat. And that's why I didn't like it. So that's why I'm calling it garbage. Because I don't really think it's garbage. I think it's garbage that you touched a classic and it's not good. Or it's not even remotely close to being a classic. Like I felt the same way about when Akon did Locked Up. Right? Akon Locked Up Part 3. Right? Like, as much as I love 6ix9ine, don't touch this song.
Having dreams about living my life. They won't let me. I'm still trying to find that moment. Wanna talk the street code.
Okay. Here's my point. I don't like
hold on, wait a minute.
I don't like this. I don't like this Meek Mill song. It's not nothing against Meek. There's no hunger in it. There's no hunger when I'm listening to it. The vibe has changed. And because the vibe has changed, I don't like it because when I hear that beat and I hear you ready, I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, and I had to grind like this and some lock. Listen, when I hear that, I hear desperation. I hear the ultimate hustle from the bottom story. And I know Meek has been through a lot. And obviously this song has defined his career. But why touch this song to just kind of like, almost like swag rap? Like, I don't hear no hunger. That song's about hunger. That's my perspective. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, he's kind of like swagging it out. Like, wait a minute. I don't know. I wanted to hear some anger in his voice. I wanted to hear anger, frustration. That's what I felt I heard when I listened to the original Dreams and Nightmare. I heard anger, frustration, but arrogance. Let me be honest. I'm seeing people put fire emojis in the chat. So I don't want to, I'm not trying to shit on the song and shit on him. I'm just telling you, I don't like it for the tempo that I'm not feeling the same energy. I'm not feeling the same energy. So that's why I don't really like it like that. Like when I put on Dreams and Nightmare, nigga, it's like you putting on like Lose Yourself by Eminem. There's just certain motivating songs. It's not. And maybe I'll back off the garbage thing because it doesn't sound like sonically horrible. It's just that there is no feeling. Like what's popping about that song is the feeling. When you hear it. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I copped the action, nigga, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on it. Like, I'm telling you, niggas know that shit word for word. It felt like the victory story of every nigga who came from nothing. That matters. It does matter. Though, I seen recently, like, Meek Mill, like, Shane Gillis performing in Philly. And I think that song, it kind of, like, plagues him a bit, though. Because when they bring Meek Mill out for, like, whatever event, they bring him out for one song, and he performs the same song over. I see why he does it, or he did it. But, like, Shane Gillis just did the stadium. Lincoln Financial Field in Pennsylvania. His crowd is mostly white. They bring Meek out. They don't say do 2 songs. They don't be like, yo, do Going Bad or do like this other song, Amen, or I don't know, whatever song you might think Meek has that's really good. They have him do 1 song, and this has been what he's doing for a while. Look. Like, the song is low-key kind of a curse for Meek because the song is so big and so prolific, and he has nothing in his discography to remotely match it, that he becomes the guy who every time you bring him on, you're like, do this 1 song. I think for a while, Soulja Boy was going to be that with the Crank That. Like, people are like, oh, just do the Crank That Soulja Boy. But I think he kind of, obviously, what's a bigger song, Crank That or Dreams and Nightmare? Anyway, I just don't think there's nothing in Meek's discography that's remotely close that people, like, that's an option to perform at this type of thing. You see, even with Soulja Boy could do Crank That, or he could do, was it Kiss Me Through the Phone or whatever else. He got like maybe like 2-3 more other songs.
Never let them all get it.
Let me see if these white people like start jumping up and down. All right, there's still some movement. It's still Philly. Yo, this song has gotten too big, bro. It's bigger than any song that Meek Mill has. Fuck. Damn. Yeah. They're bringing him out to do 1 song like he's a one-hit wonder when he really has a whole discography. But this 1 song is such an anthem that after he performs it, people don't want to hear the other shit. So I can see why he's like, yo, let me try to tap back into that bag. Then they do Young Thug brings out Meek Mill. Yeah. This is that Young Thug and Friends. See, as soon as they bring out Meek, they just play that 1 song, bro.
I've been jugging around the city on these bags. Make some noise for Young Thug in this bitch 1 time. Dreams and nightmares. Come on, let's do that shit. Yeah, you know this shit gotta be. Are you dumb? And this is what they've been waiting for? Yeah. If you fucking with me in this bitch, let's go out 1 time.
Yeah, unfortunately, that song might be like a curse. That, it's not his biggest hit, but it sticks out so much that people only want to hear that. Any other song by him just seems dated. This is the only timeless song he has. It's kind of unfortunate to a certain extent because, like, let's talk about a counterpart like Future. Shit, if Future performed March Madness anywhere, it's going up. Fuck up them commas, going up. Like, Future not the guy you bring out and he performs 1 song. Like, what 1 song of Future would you hear and be like, all right, we're good now?
a nigga sneeze. Niggas please for the trick and squeeze. I'm getting cream. Never let the whole nigga squeeze. Don't wanna stop. Little nigga, but I'm live.
Did he kind of like explain why he put it out? Nightmare dreams. Am I the only one who thinks like this? I'm trying to figure out if I'm hating. Like, I don't think I'm hating, bro. I just don't feel the energy in it. It's a cool song. It's just no energy. Meek too rich these days, so, you know.
Meek Mill, Nightmares to Dreams. Meek Mill back outside. Who got what on this?
I'll take it.
What you got?
I think it's a lazy attempt to try to capture that energy. Try to keep that energy, try to capture that energy. I do like the lyrical ability. He's spitting crazy.
No, he's spitting. You just didn't like the title.
I didn't like the title. I didn't like the effort to reboot Dreams and Nightmares, because Dreams and Nightmares is its own thing. It's its own entity. It's a classic that we can never wipe away. We can never deny it. I think this puts a little bit of a blemish. I think he's trying to recapture an energy that you can't recapture with that certain tone and that certain time of his career.
But you like the bars.
But I like the bars.
Yo, you gotta do like the compliment, you know, the sandwich? It's lazy and then being like, but lyrically, he's killing it on the record.
You when you say lazy, you mean the rebooting
of the idea of the song. Yeah, I'm like, that's lazy. Like, because Meek has so much more to offer production-wise, song structure-wise, songwriting-wise, that doing this just brings you back to 2012 just with a drill beat.
Well, and it's interesting you say that because I heard it. I didn't initially feel what you're saying, but I understand what you're saying.
Right.
Because I liked the lyrical, what he's showing on the record.
He was getting
and
to
over
it.
the last several years, Meek has given us some lyrical stuff, but he's also given us some auto-tuning, singy things that I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
There's so much real rap going on in the world that I keep wondering why Meek isn't
in that conversation,
in those combos and in those
pitch,
pockets, and I don't know what that's about. But maybe that's where he's headed.
Maybe this is like a pivot to more consistently dropping music, or
Nah, he been consistently dropping music. That's the funny part.
These niggas know me on the way. I get money, they can't hold me. I been busting down APs back when these niggas was rocking rollers. Y'all only knew about Jay-Z till y'all seen me and my homie. I was really chasing my dream. I had like 20 bands in a 40. I had a new Glock with a Chevy. I met ball got heavy. It was a seesaw with this trap shit, but I bounced back. I'm ready. It was a seesaw with this rap shit. Me and Reed going back at it. I spent nights up in this shit. When my blood tears got tatted. I cut cuz he ready. I cut bra cuz he hate. I can't be around no jealous shit. I'm really the motivation. I can't be around no telling shit. That give you location. I get money, pop that shit.
I ain't gonna lie, it sounds better in this version.
And help get people on probation. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. AR got like 80 in it. Once we start, we taking niggas. I'm too rich to fake it with you. I had her out in Paris, so that I love her, I'm playing with her. Yeah, I liked her, but I cut her when I found out my man hit her. Yeah, this shit getting realer and realer. We trying to survive, we fighting the system, shit like through the Manila. When we outside, it ain't no fear. We putting on killers on killers. We hitting niggas with slugs. Locked in the system, ain't no.
I ain't gonna lie, it doesn't sound that bad no more. I don't know if I'm changing my opinion on it. I don't know what to think, man. I guess I'm kind of like just pent up on this one thing, comparing it to the original, and it's about energy. But it's kind of cool.
Feel like mama, give me a hug, cold nights, locked up in the summer. Niggas ain't give me no love, cold nights, fucked up with no money. Niggas ain't give me a dub. I was trying to track my cousin, told me he won't give me no drugs. I look my cousin dead in the eye like Brody, give me them guns. I start tweaking, I get that weed in me. Like the whole city of the real niggas saying they believe in me. Like I'm a lighter, I'm tripping on it, I put VVs in. Acting like he pressed me, that pussy. The nigga said please to me. I just got ate up back in the Maybach with VVs in it. I got my cake up, mine stayed up, shit like a breeze to me. Y'all niggas better wake up, ain't no lean in me. Lean with me, rock with me. And I bought my Let me catch. And I put them no, them bad hoes don't be mean to me. Hit her with that she ain't that. She can't be seen with me. She had came with him, but when she left, she try to leave with me, bleed with me, crip with me, nigga. Bro.
Okay. He performed it?
I had AI out in Paris, so I love him, play with him. I had liked her, but I cut her when I found out my man ripped her. This shit get realer and realer. We try to survive, we fight the system, shit like Thriller Manila. When we outside, know this big hit, we quit. We here, niggas for slow. Locked in the system, ain't no feel like mama. Give me a hug. Cold night, locked up with no one. Niggas ain't give me a walk. Long night, fucked up in the sun. Getting this shit, I was trying to trap, my cousin told me he won't give me no blood.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Yo, niggas need a Drake feature, man. It's like a beach club. It's like the crowd looking at him like, man, yo, bro, stop screaming, man. Put that Janet shut the fuck up on right now. Teach me, baby.
This is a very interesting choice of a record to remix, and I say this all the time. And
all right, fuck them niggas. Wait, LeBron playing a song?
Was rockin' rollers. Y'all only knew about Jay-Z till y'all seen me and my homies. I was trying to chase my dream. I had like 20 bands with a 40. I had a new Glock with a Chevy. Got my weed off, I'm ready. It was a seesaw.
Yeah, he better bump that shit. He in Philly now. Yeah. Good job, Ice. You kind of got it. Let me tell you this. You wonder why artists don't do what Taylor Swift did? Let me explain. So Taylor Swift didn't own her masters through a loophole in copyright law. After a certain time, she was allowed to re-record her music. She recorded a bunch of albums. They did phenomenal. She was a huge star. Here's the thing. Drake, for all we know, does not own Take Care. He does not own Nothing Was the Same. He does not own Thank Me Later. Do you think Drake will ever try to recreate those records? The answer is no. The difference between Taylor Swift and hip-hop is a time capsule. 50 always said this, music marks time. Like, 50 can't sound as hungry. Like, it's not just audio, people. It's feeling. 50 can't go record Go Shorty, It's Your Birthday and have it in the same tone that hits the same as how he did in 2002. He can't. This is why you don't see hip-hop really re-recorded. Hip-hop usually is time capsule music. So this idea that be like, oh, nah, he could just go sing it over again. Nah, it don't work like that. Just don't work like that, man. Okay? Somebody says Drake got a big record like that. Well, here's the thing. Republic is making a killing off Thank Me Later and well, not Thank Me Later. Take Care. Drake could own that by just dropping his version of Take Care and have fans stream that. The reality is that people, it's hard for artists to recreate old stuff. Like Jay-Z now, if you ask him to recreate, like even when he raps Dead President, like he tries to do it as authentic as possible, but he's aged. It's a different time. He was in a different mindset when he created. He's trying to catch lightning in a bottle. You need that moment. You see, another thing about hit songs is that the time when it drops matters. It's the timing. It's the tone. It's so many different factors. And trying to recreate that is definitely trying to recapture lightning in the bottle, if you ask me. Now, we did do 1 million streams. So I'm pretty sure he's happy with it no matter what, but won't say like I was thrilled about it. Okay. The dude who's beefing with Max has dropped a diss song on Max. Let's hear this. Okay. Is the full song out? Let's see if we can listen to the full song. Now, if you haven't heard, here's Platboy Max Diva song, because he dropped a song called Diva. Here's the song. Yo, bro, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, man. Yo, Max, man, you're not really executing this like I'm like sexually fluid shit, right, bro? I'm gonna give you some tips. Pause. Cause like I feel like I get the aesthetic. It's like this fluid, I'm me, individuality and shit like that. Yo, bro, if you gonna kind of like a little bit gay bait, bro, at least get a gay stylist, like on some Shannon Sharp shit, bro. Bro, at least get like a stud girlfriend on some Playboy Cardi shit, my nigga. Like, bro, I get the tattoo, but paint your nails or something. Is his nails painted? Like, bro, like, yo, Max, bro, you gotta lean into this gay shit, man. If you really gonna do it, bro. Like, we get the tattoo, but you know, like, I know you made a comment about twerking and everything, but I really think Max's thing is he want to be in the middle. Pause. Like, he just want to like throw a bunch of stuff in the air and hope, you know, people could see him as like this unique, one-of-one, fluid person. My thing, I think he got to do more, man. I don't think niggas is believing him, bro. I don't think niggas is believing Max. I don't believe him. I think, when I look at Max, I think Max is doing this for image. And I hope the image works. I'm just telling him, nigga, you got to lean a little bit more into image, because I think people kind of feel like they've known you because you've streamed, known you for so long. They think that you're just putting on a costume. They don't think this is you. Let me see if you cool. And then homie drops this song. Wait, why can't I find the full song? I guess it's only that snippet out then, right? Oh, this guy makes music. This is James Harden type lookalike nigga. Now, here's the thing. This guy's having fun with it. I think this is a W to him. With Max, I think Max got to lean into the gay shit a little bit more. Like, I think Max should be on some August Alsina shit. Yo, Max, you need an actual Batiman around you that people could, like, think you're in a relationship with for people to believe it. Because right now, like, we all think, like, nigga, you like girls, but you're trying to gay bait a bit that people could give you attention. Now, if you chilling with Saucy Santana every day type shit, Saucy starts styling you, yeah, we'll believe you, but right now we don't believe you. I'm not no demon, that boy a demon child. I'm not no demon, Okay. He's just having fun with it. What I will say is that, yo, just get a boyfriend, Max. Like, you know what I mean? Or have a guy around you type shit. Like, you know, I think people would, because I don't think people believe you, man. All right, so Ralphie the Plug responded to Glasses Malone accusations that Drake is funding the family. This is what he said.
I just heard a nigga say today that Drake been taking care of the family and shit. I know these niggas is getting delusional. Bro, this shit is getting crazy. I just heard a nigga say today that
So he has denied the claims that Draco family is being taken care of by Drake. Okay? Has Ralphie the Plug talked about this anymore or no? Let's see.
YG referencing him or Drake.
Kelvin, thank you for the 20. Says been here since back when you were on Twitch in those 2014, 2015 days playing Call of Duty. Damn, thank you, brother. Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and 2K with your subs. No thanks needed. You're an internet oracle. Oh man, thank you, my boy. Big W to Kelvin.
Go referencing YG. I'm still waiting.
I just dropped 50 on a blind nigga. He ain't see it coming.
Not cryptic messages that people trying to like.
It's a lot of cryptic.
Try to.
You ain't got my phone.
Okay. All righty then. Have y'all seen Drake do his giveaways on Instagram? So Drake did an event and he gave away allegedly over $1 million in gifts and prizes in cash. He gave $500K in cash, gave away Maybachs, G-Wagons, all to up-and-coming independent entrepreneurial women. And this is like a little supercut of how it looked.
Oh my God. Andrea, what the hell?
That's what this is about. It's about celebrating each and every one of you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Andrea.
Our third annual Strong Women, Stronger Drinks. I started this event based on an event back in the day. I don't want to age myself, but back in like 2007, 8, there was an event by a lovely woman. Her name was Shanae Angleton, and she if you remember Shanae. And she used to do an event called What Women Want. And Shannon remembers for sure. And at What Women Want, it was essentially women gathering, you know, to network, to socialize, and to be a man at the event, you had to work. And I always loved that aspect of it. So we would show up in black and we would work the event and we would make sure that everybody's taken care of because that's what the night was about. So I tried to take that concept and elevate it.
Everybody get your motherfucking roll.
They gave away cars. You see G-Wagon. I think this is a Maybach.
I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow so.
Our third and can I get Sarah Farouja? These are all incredible women, incredible creators, business owners, people who I deeply respect and I'm grateful for. And so tonight I'm going to be contributing to all of their separate causes. I'm going to give them all $100 grand each.
Can I get Sarah Farouja?
It's for you right now.
Maybach. I think that's a Birkin. Okay. Yo, shout to Drake, man. Drake is incredibly smart. I gotta give. I think Matt Babel is the guy who's kind of behind all this. In my opinion, this is not nothing me and him discussed. Just my full opinion. I think Drake has been rehabbing his outward appearance to women. You know when he dropped For All the Dogs, you had niggas like Joe Budden, like they got on their podcast and be like, yo, Drake is making red pill music. He's trying to appease the manosphere and the streamers. And it made it seem like, you know, even though Drake was just being honest with where he was in life, what he was going through, that's a really good album. But it tells the story of him going through love in a particular way. Anyway, I do think that his traditional audience, that, you know, the ones who fell in love with him from, you know, I got my eyes on you, like those women, I think some of them have felt isolated. And when people like Joe, not saying Joe started that, but he was speaking towards what some people were saying, where like maybe Drake's rhetoric was more along the line of like, you know, like fuck these bitches type shit, you know what I mean? And I think this time around, watching how he's moving, the Janice giveaway, I think he's kind of like really doing a good job of being like, no, ladies, I love you, and I appreciate you. And of course, I think that's always been like the probably strongest part of his fan base, right? Like it's, you know, look at Some Sexy Songs for You. Obviously, Habiti and Maid of Honor are more like tailored towards females. But I do believe that everything he's doing now with these giveaways, this is really smart, really clever, but it's driving home the message that Drake loves hardworking women, single independent women, and he's someone who is, you know, going to always try to uplift those people, and not someone who, you know, even if, you know, maybe past music has made it seem like, you know, he's on some like, man, these bitches ain't shit. So I think this is calculated, but I think it's really brilliant, because I do believe that for a while people are starting to think, man, is Drake still like that person who's like kind of almost pandering to women? And I think the answer is clear. Drake clearly loves chicks, you know, whatever. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yo, some of y'all are so upset with Drake, man. Yo, Grand Wizard said, where are whips? Oh, man. Yo, unpin that before Charlemagne sees it, bro. Charlemagne sees it? Yo, Charlemagne might call the dealership. Still, relax. But again, I only say that to say, yo, what nobody wants to give Drake credit for is that his PR and his rollout for this whole album. I'm giving credit to Matt Babel. I'm telling you, it's been amazing. The block statue where everybody's like picking at the ice to find the track listing. The random, you know, the episodes, the random like locations that he filmed, that even the album's out now and you could tell he's still continuing a rollout. Like, you got it. This is a rollout still. You know, he didn't just drop the album like, oh, all right, y'all like it, peace out, I'll catch y'all on tour. Yo, he's still doing things for this album. Like, and especially now where like Iceman, we've burnt through it. But right now it is a time where Habiti and Maid of Honor is gonna last. And he's working the goddamn album. I like it. You know, so if no one's gonna say it, I'll definitely say definitely best rollout and best campaign of the year. Definitely goes to Drake.
Oh my God. Andrew, what the hell?
That's what this is about. It's about.
Yeah. Drake's getting back in with the girlies, man. Because you ever listen to For All the Dogs? You listen to it and there's a part of it that kind of feels like he's almost like, you know, like he's just tired of bitches. Not like on some gay shit, but, you know. Like, I love this song.
That I've been with you, I wanna go without you.
Yeah, and it's kind of like from a man's perspective of kind of being fed up, right? Like slime you out. So try our best is like, yo, you fucked up all my trips. I want to go live life without you. Then you have slime you out. He's like, yo, you've been making a lot of mistakes. I want to make sure you pay for them mistakes. I'm not gonna let you just keep getting away with shit, right?
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with you girls. Bitches really get carried away.
Right. Literally say you bitches really get carried away, making mistakes. You beg me to stay.
Making mistakes, then you beg me to stay. Got me weaking on you like I'm arrogant.
Yeah. So it was all these type of songs that I think people felt like he was getting on some red pill shit, and I think now he's made it clear. Yo, let's recenter this shit. So I think all this stuff is working to his advantage. So congrats to Drake. All right. What haven't I done yet? Anyway. All right, chat. Not gonna lie, I'm calling it. I'm calling it. I think 3 o'clock is like the sweet spot, man. Other than that, I feel like I'm talking to bots. Y'all are all like either about to sleep or sleeping. So I'll catch y'all earlier tomorrow. I streamed late today, so I apologize for that. But it's almost 3 o'clock, and I don't mind streaming later. It's just I feel like I'm talking to bots. All right. Oh, the cartel killing, bro. I don't even want to talk about it because I can't show the video. I can't show the video. No, it's not. When I mean bots, it's like, yo, y'all are sleeping. Like, I feel like y'all cut me on, and then y'all start falling asleep. Y'all be like, all right, man, I'm like, I go to sleep watching YouTube, so I know y'all go to sleep watching me. So when it's 3 o'clock, I'm like, ain't no way they're not hanging with me till 3 a.m. Oh, the Durk topic. You're right about that. Okay, yeah. Let's quickly get into that. So, Lil Durk is going down. Basically, they're filing a bunch of motions back and forth. It's really right before the trial. So they're filing a bunch of what's called motion in limine. I think that's how I say it. But it's the motions that are going to be important for the trial because it's going to dictate the rules of the trial in terms of what could be allowed in, what can't be allowed in. For example, actually, I don't have any of those. What I do have, give me a second. What I do have is the government telling Durk that they're going to be given or serving a 4th superseding indictment. And the mere fact we're on 4 superseding indictment tells you how bad they want Durk. They have brought this to the grand jury 4 different times for a indictment, hoping that they could get it right, that they could go in a trial and cook that nigga, okay? So it says plaintiff United States of America through its assigned counsel files this notice regarding the 4th superseding indictment. This filing is based upon the attached memorandum of points of authorities and files in this record of the case and such further evidence and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. On July 31st, the grand jury returned a 4th superseding indictment, which is literally like 7 days ago, which contains one substantive change from the 3rd superseding indictment to address a potential duplicity issue in count 3 of the 3rd superseding indictment. As the government was preparing for pretrial filings, including proposed jury instructions, it determined that count 3, as alleged in the third superseding indictment, the substantive, the statute, blah, blah, da, da, potentially presented a duplicity issue given that multiple victims were alleged in the same count. Okay? All right. Accordingly, the fourth superseding indictment cures any issue by separating the substantive stalking counts into the following. Count 3, stalking of TB using a dangerous weapon in violation of whatever. Count 4, stalking of SR, which is Lil Pop, resulting in death. All right, so they have separated that charge.